Hello, everyone. We're live. This is our home. Welcome to our home. As we said and we've been talking about for the last couple of days, we have a new agenda. We want to build families and relationships. With that being said, today, Sunday, we have our very first guest. But something I want to let you guys know before we start. Forgive me for reading this out. We are not relationship experts. We're not counselors, specialists. We're not coaches, consultants, or relationship gurus. We are not. We are God-fearing people who believe in love and relationships and committed relationships. So me and my co-host here, my moon man, which most of you know is Muhammad, we're actually going to sit and have, well, we're going to dine a little bit, have our little wine here, and we're going to nibble a little bit on some food and just kind of talk about relationships. So I hope you will tune in, talk to us. If you have any questions or concerns, let us know. We'll respond back. We have our Ramona in the background who's going to be actually manning the board. So without being stalling anymore, let us invite our guests. We have some beautiful people we know, but these two are genuinely awesome. We'd like you to welcome Isaac and Cavell Davis. Thank you. Oh, it's so good to have you guys. It's so good to have you guys. It's so good to have you guys. We are so looking forward to this. And before you guys join this little party here, we already poured our little Moscato. So we got our little drinks here. We were going to eat a little bit, but they came already full. So we're not going to sit and eat while they're pretty much full. All right, so as I said to you before, our goal is pretty much just to talk about relationships and how good and strong relationships last. But before we even start talking, we want you to get to know the Davis family. So let them introduce themselves to you. So just kind of sit back and relax and be sure to share so everybody can see what we're up to.
I'm Cavell Davis.
I'm Isaac Davis.
And we've been married for what, six years? Well,
it seems like an eternity.
Whatever. We've known each other for what?
14 years?
Wow.
Yeah, 14 years.
Yes.
Finally got it right.
Yes.
I figured him out, or he figured me out. Something happened.
She
And
figured me out.
yeah.
Oh, okay. It wasn't vice versa?
Oh, no, definitely. She
Because
said,
you had to figure her out.
No. She told me when I first met her that you're gonna marry me.
Ooh.
The first day she met me.
The first day?
The
First day.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Well, I knew that the
Yeah,
first
I was
day I
sure.
met him, he was my husband. I mean, like, I didn't go like that, like, I'm gonna marry you, gonna marry me. It
No,
wasn't
she didn't
stalking
stalk
like
me.
that.
No.
Oh my God.
I'm glad you didn't
Come back,
stalk
Isaac.
me. I'm glad you didn't
No,
stalk
she
me.
didn't stalk me.
Good,
Come back.
Of course not.
Good, I'm glad to hear that.
Wow,
That's
she
good.
Do I look like the stalking type?
No.
Exactly. No, I get stalked, okay? Come on now. Play
You know,
yourself.
that's good. I'm glad to hear that because you know what? One of our first questions, and if the narrator doesn't mind, I'm going to kind of throw right into this question. The question was, how do you know that this is the right person for you? You said as soon as you looked at him, you was like, this is the right person for
I
me.
swear to you,
How do
I
you know
did.
that?
You know, it's almost like you're looking for that perfect dress or perfect shoes, and you don't know what it is until you see it.
Wow.
That's
Which
how
shoes?
it was with him. I swear to God. As soon as I saw him, it went against everything. Like, I don't give up my telephone number. I don't, like, I'll take your number. If I want to call you, I'll call you.
Right.
And if I want to
I'm
see
in
you,
control.
I'll call you. I'm in control. But he was there, and he was like, give me your number. And I was like, here you go. And he called me up the same day. He was like, can I come over? I'm like, yeah. And I don't invite anybody in my house. And I stopped myself. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? You don't know this guy. He could be a rapist, a
Oh my
serial killer.
goodness, right.
And I couldn't stop it. I didn't know why, but I just wanted him.
So
If you
from the
didn't have a
beginning,
license, she would have let you drive the car.
Everything. I swear to God.
Isaac.
It goes against everything I
I
am
know.
and who I am. It was this person that came in my life, and I didn't understand why I wanted him there. I didn't love him. I didn't know him. But
you wanted
it was
to be
just
part of
something
your life.
beyond me, deeper in me, that linked, connected to him. And later on, I got it, but I didn't then.
So technically, if I get you right, you're saying that it was just a feeling for you.
Yes.
It wasn't, something he said or something he did. It was a
Immediate
feeling.
chemistry.
I mean, after
One-sided.
yeah,
One-sided.
he didn't
Yes.
feel it.
It was genuinely one-sided.
It was one-sided.
I was attracted to her, of course. That's why we started talking. I exchanged numbers, and I actually wanted to see her. But at that time in my life, I was out there. So
Oh, you mean a male hoe?
Yeah.
I wasn't a male hoe. Most like 90% of the women except her and a few
Still
others.
figuring it out.
Yeah, I wasn't honest with them, but most of the other women, I was honest. Like, yeah, I'm seeing other women. And when she told me straight off the bat that you're seeing other women, we can continue talking. Of course, I did what most men do. I lied.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. 'Cause I still wanted to see her, but I didn't
Yeah.
want to all of a sudden say this is the one. And then one day, I was in California and I was going through a lot of different stuff mentally and emotionally. And I was like, she's always been there with me through everything. Even when I left her, when she thought that we was in a relationship, I said, I never said I want you as my girl. I was honest with that about that.
It was pretty cold.
And
Yeah, that would hurt me.
yeah. And then she was constantly there for me. Then I was just out in California talking to her on the phone. And I asked her over the phone.
I know, right?
Over the phone?
Proposed
Yes.
over the phone. And I even looked past that too because
I was joking.
yeah, because when you're growing up, you have an idea of how you're gonna get
Yes,
proposed
exactly.
to. You have an idea of the kind of man you want to marry.
Exactly.
He was like, I swear to you, he was opposite every single thing. And I still wanted him. I still loved him. And I made excuses in my head
That's why
as
he
to
did
why
it this
he
way.
did a certain thing. And
Yeah.
and then I would stop myself and I constantly would ask myself, do I really want to be with this guy? And it would always be yes, 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 yes. Wow. So it was never a doubt in my mind that I wanted to be with anybody else because this was something I didn't even get. I didn't even understand the pull of what it is that was going on between me and him.
That's some feeling. That's some feeling. Kind of give you a little information on our side. I've known him since I was a kid, 13 to be exact. And the crazy thing about it, I didn't see us there. I saw friendship. He was my friend. It was like a friend, forever friend. He was more, I want to say, friends with my sister, my older sister, rest in heaven. More friends with her. And I didn't know how close they were because my sister was telling him all my business. And I didn't know that. But I saw him as this Superman, a superhero. Somebody that comes around and helps out whenever I need it. So that's what I saw him as.
Right.
We later...
She wasn't a friend of mine.
I
wasn't
was
looking for a friend.
You didn't think of her as a friend, but she thought of you as a friend.
I don't know what she thought.
But you changed your mind,
What
right?
made her think that?
We were friends. I'm gonna tell you the crazy thing about it. Hold on, because I have to say this. The crazy thing about our relationship is I saw him as this big brother, right? And he was doing things back in the days he shouldn't do. So I called myself trying to talk him out of it. Oh, you know what? Leave that stuff alone. That's when I started feeling it, really, because I was worried about him.
Yeah,
I was more worried about him and the things that he was doing. I was like, you know what? I tell you what, you leave that stuff alone and we can possibly get together. He was like, no. No. So that sound like...
We can still get together.
But does that sound like somebody...
Makes sense to me.
That's how it sounded to me.
1 and 1. Actually, added up to 2.
It didn't sound like somebody that wanted to be with me, right?
No.
So that's why I was like, no, okay, well, he still want to do his street stuff. And I was like...
He actually said it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
but it took a minute for us. And the crazy thing about it is when we finally did get together, it's like I've known him all my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that kind of pulled it quicker than normal.
Yes.
And on a more, I want to say a disgusting note, we actually was intimate as we were kids, and I don't remember it. Neither does he.
Yeah, I can remember.
We don't
I can
remember.
remember my brother bringing me to where she was at. Like he said, I got something for you. I wouldn't, I'm not going with you. I'm not following you. I'm doing what I'm doing right now. You need to go ahead and do whatever it is you're doing. He was like, dude, you need to come with me. Just follow me. So eventually, long story short, I followed him. And we get over to this spot, and we're in the back of this building. And I'm sitting there, and back then, we all got out. We polished our cars up, the rims. So I get out, and I'm cleaning my rims, and looking around, where'd he go? Never mind, the music's on, I'm still polishing up the car. And then eventually, he comes back, and she's there. And I'm like, how did that connection go? He looked, he was like, never mind, that dude.
I was in the building. His brother was seeing some
somebody.
girl that was in that building.
Mm.
So he knew I was in that building. I was living with my aunt at the time.
He knew how I felt about her.
And I was living in that building, and he came and he said, come outside. And I was like, for what? I come outside. He's outside.
Wow.
I was that dude,
Yeah.
but I lied about her. Like I used to tell my family, this is my girlfriend.
Oh.
But I was with somebody else.
He was like, well, he was like, well, when you gonna bring her home? Like, you see all these other stuff you bring in. I said, she's coming.
Oh wow.
This is
But
for
we
my
lied.
So you had a relationship with her and she didn't even
In
know.
my
I
head.
didn't know.
Oh,
Remember
wow.
that thing you said about your head? The brain is a terrible thing
Yeah.
to waste. It was there.
Yes.
And for a while, this transpired. And then that day, you know, she decided, she was like going through whatever what she was going through. And so she rode with me. And this is when she gave me that proposition while we were riding.
Yeah.
You know, so I go to a whole other state to handle business and doing all that. She's just riding and she's looking. And she was like a little uncomfortable with it. And I was like, you know, calm down. Like, easy. You know, this is what I do. And she was like, yeah, but you don't have to. I said,
Leave that life
said,
alone.
yes, I do.
Leave that
And
life
she was
alone.
like,
Yeah.
look, how about this? I'm about to do this singing thing.
I sure
So,
did.
and she was telling me, and I looked at her and I said, yeah, your sister told me. She told me everything. You know, but I'm already doing my thing. I have a profession. And she's
Yeah, we know the profession.
Yeah.
I was trying to leave that alone because that profession was not healthy for him at all. I just saw it as his demise.
Yeah,
It was going to be his
Yeah.
When
demise.
you're young, they don't care about you.
No,
I just see it as his
you're
demise.
invincible.
You was
You're
I definitely
Yeah.
felt that way. I felt like a little Nino Brown.
Yeah,
Yes.
you were just living for today.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure enough.
Exactly.
Sure
And I'll deal with tomorrow when it
Yeah.
gets here.
So for me, I know it's a feeling for you.
Yeah.
For me, it was more like, you know, he's a nice guy and I don't want to see anything happen to him. So I know I can help him. Like Beyonce said, I'm my biggest offended when I say this, but I upgraded him.
Ooh.
You know.
Okay.
See, I see the producer
No, it's
giving
not
us some
okay,
time.
Isaac.
You know,
But
Vicky, I think about that too
But I believe
sometimes.
that's
I
true,
feel
though.
like you gotta
Somebody
inspire
upgrades
and
somebody in a
yes,
relationship.
you
Somebody.
build them up,
And if-
you
if-
make
You
them
have
better.
to.
Yes.
And you make each other better. It's not just one-sided. That person is
What'd you say?
make each other
No,
better.
that last
It's
one.
not one sided.
There we go.
I never said it was one-sided.
If you don't mind, can you repeat that again?
It is not one-sided.
And this is why you're the very
We
first
make-
guest.
We make each other better.
Okay.
Oh,
With each
On
other.
that note, I
How can
thank you
not
for
love her?
I thank you for making her feel
I ought to come over here
better.
and hug you myself.
I thank you for making him feel better. But anyway, I upgraded him. I think our producer has another question she wants us to ask.
Yes. If we are right for each other, why do we fight or argue so much?
Oh wow.
Those communication. A lot of times we don't know how to communicate with each other. Again, she said it best. I'm from America. She's from another country.
Caribbean.
Yeah, a small little country, very small.
And, you know,
That made a difference, I guess.
yeah, he knocks my country all the time. And it's absolutely beautiful.
That's what she said.
And I think that you're learning each other.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
we constantly learn each other.
That's learning each other.
Constantly.
Because why does that happen? You know,
Yes.
it's a learning process. You're
Yeah.
learning each other.
Let me
So
tell
that's
you
going to
something.
happen if you
Let-
didn't care.
Woo! You know, everybody say to me, they always ask, y'all look like y'all never fight or argue. Oh my God.
They are so wrong.
Woo!
Yeah.
From the truth.
Yes.
So
We were just
the producer
we
might
were
want to
just
knock it off.
talking about each other coming over here. Like
Let's have
right
a
back his
disagreement.
rig. My baby, you can put your ring on? I don't wear that. I'm
Oh.
like, what?
Wait a minute, you don't wear your ring?
I hardly ever wear no ring. No, I hardly ever wear jewelry.
Okay. So
Oh wow,
so
that's a
wait minute.
conversation on its own.
And that's
Okay.
a cultural difference too,
And even
because
if
in
you-
my country, you have to wear your ring. Here, you
All right,
put
so
up
you
and
can
down.
wear the ring. All right, so the ring is
The
a
ring-
symbolic thing.
Yes.
That's all
Right?
it is.
That's
Yes.
all it is.
Yes.
So when you wear, just because you're wearing the ring, right? Does that make you any more dedicated?
No.
All right then.
No,
So
but it makes it easier for you to
somebody
be able
else
to live
see-
a day-to-day life without people approaching you all the time. It
I
does not.
disagree.
Not
I
true.
disagree. I disagree with that. The reason why I
They
disagree,
approach you
when I
more.
was much younger, when I was in my, I guess you could say between 18 to 25, I used to actually wear a ring because I used to hear older guys say all the time, you get so many women because they know that
And
you're
you put that
secure.
ring on it.
First of all, you are secure.
All the
They
time.
know that all of a sudden
That's right.
they can go home to wherever and you can't chase behind them.
Because you're committed.
And then somebody must love you, so you must have something in order to be married. So I used to put the ring
Okay, all
on
right.
based
I
on that.
heard that too. Yeah.
But a ring doesn't define you. What defines you is your love for who you with. And that's who you want to be with. Because you can wear a ring every day and you can go keep your ring on and have sex with somebody else. So that doesn't define you. Or you can have a ring, don't have sex with somebody else, but give your soul to somebody else.
But let me ask this question, right back into the question. So if you know it's bothering her that you don't wear the ring, you know you're gonna argue.
No, we don't.
You know, it's, disagreement as you so.
No, we don't even have disagreements hardly ever.
So it doesn't
It's
bother
because- no,
you
no.
that it bothers her that you don't wear the ring?
No,
It
no.
doesn't bother him.
No, not at all. You know why? Because every once in a while she'll bring it up. I like on special events, yeah. Most of the time I wear it for a ring for her only. But the reality is, it bothers my hand all the time. Because I have big hands, big knuckles. So when I'm driving, it smashes and squeezes.
Oh.
I had to get that's my second ring I had.
Yeah,
I had to
you
get a bigger
did,
ring
you
because
did bigger
I
rings.
broke my
Started
finger
bigger.
and it got bigger.
Yeah.
So it's an issue. It's constantly an issue. And she know me. She know I never really wore jewelry. And I used to tell her all the time. That's why she's like, you know what, when we get married, I want to find a ring that you definitely will wear. Because she knew how I was about this.
Yeah.
So it's not as if I'm doing something different outside of who I am.
Okay,
I
so
really
this
want
was
to
from the
wear it.
beginning. From the beginning.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, he did say to me he didn't like rings and he doesn't wear jewelry.
So
But
this
he
just
said
been
to
going on.
me, as long as I get a really nice ring, I will wear it.
Mhm.
And I made sure he picked out his ring. It was perfect, whatever he wanted. And the one we just purchased, like we had to get a size up, like he said. His ring was big.
So constantly happening.
And he loved it. He loved it. He was wearing it all the time. And then all of a sudden, he stopped. I didn't even realize he stopped because
Did you ask him why he stopped wearing
She
it?
just asked me that.
I just noticed now that it's in his drawer. He didn't wear it, and I asked him. I wasn't sure if he just forgot to put it on.
Yeah.
So can you put it on? And he goes, I don't wear it. I didn't forget.
Oh wow.
And it wasn't like, oh babe, I'm not gonna wear this ring anymore because it hurts or whatever. He didn't say that because the last time we purchased this ring, we had a conversation. Baby, please pick out something you like,
That
something
you
that's
wear.
comfortable that you're going to wear. I don't want us to waste money on a ring that you're not going to wear.
Yeah.
You
So let
know?
me ask something. So let's go back to where this is all rooted from. You know, so we don't want to make this thing seem like it's just one sided of any sort. So this starts out as you met somebody and you know you said everything about him was like, why am I even doing this?
Yeah.
But
Different.
there was something else that said, like, you know it wasn't a love, because how can you love someone but this chemistry is so damn strong.
Right.
You know, it's something made, like this is the one. So a lot of times you can feel that, like this is the one, and that's why you pursue it. Like,
Right.
however, out of all the things he said, like I wasn't honest about a lot of things. Like I'm still doing whatever it is, but I don't want to close the door on this, on you.
Right.
So he kept pursuing. But you just said a second ago that he just came out and said, I don't do the jury thing.
So
Now,
you know
I will
that.
wear this. I will wear it for you. However, deep inside, it's bothering me to wear this. Now, a lot of us think, well, you don't want to do this because of something else, anything else. Maybe it's a female, or you don't want people to know. Because our minds start doing things.
Yeah.
We start processing, we start
Right.
role playing.
Yes.
And so we all do it. We role play in whatever way. And Lord knows, let somebody whisper something. A girlfriend or whatever might say something. And then before you know it, you begin to role play and it starts to affect something that you had already knew.
But you see, Muhammad, with Isaac and I, like,
Mhm.
and that goes back to the question we were just asked, like,
Right.
what are the big pet peeves that gets you
Mhm.
to
That
that
gets up
point
on
Where you're
where
fighting.
you're arguing?
Mhm.
And I think it's a cultural difference. Like,
Okay.
there's a lot of
Could be.
things that I grew up and I know and I live by and I believe in, and he just don't see a big deal to it, and it's vice versa. You
Mhm.
know, he would say, oh, I don't know why you do this, or why would you do this, and I'm seeing it like it's not a big deal. What is your problem?
Yeah.
You know, and because we don't have that connection at point, we find ourselves arguing, and then when we get to the point where we're talking about it, it's always like what I meant to say. I didn't really mean that. Why did you take it
That's
this way?
understandable.
Yeah.
And
That's completely
and it's
understandable.
almost
That's-
like
that's-
the ring.
that's-
It's like
Oh,
the ring.
absolutely.
The ring don't. It doesn't bother me that he doesn't wear it. I trust him completely. I love him completely. It doesn't bother me to that point. But it's going back to my culture. You know, like the wife never takes off her ring.
Exactly.
She would have a stain on her finger. The husband would have a stain on his finger. He can have a ring on, sleeping here and there. Where the ring doesn't define a marriage. But to me, it is something that tells everybody I am taken. I am not.
That's what I just said.
I am not available.
Understood.
And that's just. It doesn't bother me that he doesn't wear it. It's just something that I've known all my life to be what you do when you're married.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not gonna get a huge argument over it. He doesn't wear jewelry. Yes, I get it. So that's why I moved from it. But in the back of my mind,
The
my
culture
culture
aspect.
It kind
is
of
gonna
bothers
still
you
bother
from
me
that aspect.
when he
Understood.
doesn't wear it.
Understood.
You know, so that doesn't define how much I love him or he loves me. I know that's definitely not gonna be an
Because of the
issue.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Your
definitely.
actions.
So
The actions. Like you could say anything you want to say.
They say
But the
actions sometimes
actions-
with words.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
person can tell you they love you every single day.
Yeah.
But watch how they act.
Yeah.
Watch how they act. They will show you how much they care about you. You know, love you.
love him. Yeah.
You know.
Well, you know, I find that so rewarding that you've come to. You knew he didn't wear jewelry,
Right.
but you've accepted that. It bothers you, but it's not bothering you enough to argue and fight about it.
Exactly.
So that's a good thing, and I have to say I'm in awe with that because it does bother me. It would bother me if my husband doesn't wear jewelry. And my producer Ramon is correct with this one because now we're in a new millennium, and everybody wants to look for a man with a ring because they know that's a hit, that's a hit, that's a hit.
Right.
You know, all I can do is hit. He can go home to his wife. So I get it, and she's right about that, and you know we're right about that. So, but it still bothers me because that's what I'm used to. I was raised by my grandmother and my grandparents, and they was like, my husband wears his ring, a woman wears a ring. Like you said, even when you take the ring off, you still got that ring around your finger to show that you know that lightness right there. That was a ring there.
Yeah.
It's gonna show.
Yeah.
So it does bother me, but that's something I have to say that I never had a problem with him about. I think our back and forth is communication issues. Sometimes I'll say something, he'll take it the wrong way,
Yes.
and then he'll say something, and I'll be like, "What you say?"
Yes.
You know, so you know that's where we go back and forth
The communication.
in communication. I read something the other day, and it's what was it? It's like you can't win in an argument with your mate. There's no winning and there's no losing. It's just coming to a point to understand that we're going to disagree. Call it a night, kiss, make up,
Agree
and
to
move on.
disagree.
Agree to
Exactly.
I say that all the
disagree.
time.
Disagree.
Agree to disagree.
Agree to
Agree. And
disagree.
once I read that, I was like, you know what? Because there are a lot of times we just go head to head with certain things. And I'm like, yo, I'm headstrong, he's headstrong, and it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
But as soon as we get to the point where it's like, okay, you know what? All right, babe, we can leave it alone now.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to go anywhere. It's just not worth arguing.
It's
It's just not worth
They have a
arguing.
saying that says, everyone's feelings are valid.
Everyone's
Right?
feelings
So
are valid.
if you respect the other one's feelings, like if I say whatever, I'm telling you how I feel about something,
Right.
whatever it may be. Now, it could be real silly to you,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not for you to judge.
Exactly. You gotta
That's
value
real
your
silly.
feelings.
I'm expressing my feelings. And if my feelings are valid, like they say, everyone's feelings are valid. Well, if that's true, and we know that to be true, then what I just said wasn't silly.
Right.
It wasn't silly,
my
and
feeling.
it wasn't stupid by far.
Yeah.
Because you should respect my feelings. And
Exactly.
if you respect my feelings, we're gonna go real far. Because no matter what you think, you have to think to yourself, wow, she just expressed some feelings to me, right? So, all right, I'm gonna respect her feelings, I'm gonna respect his feelings, and then now we can take another step forward.
Yes.
And this is why we
Together.
tend to get, or we've made it as far as we have. Because yeah, we bump heads. Oh man, we bump heads a lot.
Right.
Like we bump heads. I'm surprised there's no marker here. So
Who wouldn't bump heads
that's,
with you?
that's you. So
Okay.
here's the thing. She's producing,
This must
right?
be the only
And
producer
everyone
that
can
talks
hear
in the
her.
background.
You know,
Stay on top.
because that's out of control topic, right? So, so back to this respect thing. If you respect the person's feelings, because that's all it really takes.
Yes.
If we can do that, then you're gonna make it a long way.
Yes.
And that goes back to the question that she had initially asked. Whoever sent that question in, it's really about respect. if you can respect your partner's feelings, you guys are going to make it real.
No matter how much you argue.
No matter what you arguing about,
Right.
it's a feeling. And if you respect those feelings, you have to respect the feelings because another human being is telling you,
Yes.
this is how I feel.
Right.
And what makes them upset or what hurts them more is when you don't
Yes,
respect
we
them
don't
in that
disregard it.
moment.
when you disregard it.
Yes.
I have a question
Dismiss it.
from
Dismiss
C.
it.
Strickland. She said, has she considered not wearing her ring? And
Ooh.
how would he feel if he would feel any different?
Pardon?
Me,
If
I
she
can.
can-
The
if she
question
can-
is for Cavell.
About this
Cavell.
situation.
Yes,
Okay.
My
has
question
she
is going to Cavell.
Has she considered not wearing her ring? And if so, I guess.
Oh, that would be a
Would he
question on the
feel
chicken
any,
answer.
would he feel any different? Would you feel any different if she didn't wear her
I
ring?
would care.
You wouldn't care?
Personally,
I
I
don't
would
care.
not do it. Like I said, it's going back to culture.
Hmm.
I love my ring. I want to wear my ring. I want to show that I am taken. I'm with somebody who I want to spend the rest of my life with, and I adore badly.
Mhm.
So I'm not taking off my ring to upset him or to get his attention.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that.
Kudos.
But at the
kudos.
same time,
Great.
I know if she took it off, I wouldn't be upset. But I know how much she loves wearing her ring. And like I told her years ago, I was like, we're gonna have those phases where it's first year we just gonna get a ring so we can get the marriage. You know what I mean? Because we have that's symbolic.
Yeah.
Then after 5 years, we're gonna get an upgrade. After 10 years, we're gonna get an upgrade. And it's for her. It's not me getting an upgrade. I can care less. It's about her, and it's not just her. It's like I think a lot of women value it to where look at what he got me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look
Oh,
at
yeah,
this.
yeah,
This is how
yeah.
much he care about me.
It's a
And to
showcase
me,
thing.
Yeah.
I like the color of the diamonds, of the different types of diamonds. But she's not all into that. I like the yellow or different colors, but yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
Not at all.
Thank you so much for your question. That was actually a great question.
Yeah.
Would that bother you if
No,
if you wear the ring? Me? I think I'm with you. I have to put my ring on. I have to put my ring on. It's something about it that makes me feel comfortable, but I have to put it on. It's just something about it. So I don't know. Would you feel comfortable not wearing rings? Because I've seen you go out like to the gym
Well,
sometimes without.
I'm gonna wear jewelry regardless.
Yeah, 'cause
I've
he's
been
a
doing
jewelry
this. I've been doing this, so it's not an issue with me. And I don't get there's quite a few things that I don't get caught up in.
Yeah.
Because I know how my wife feels about me.
Mhm.
I know what she thinks about me, and so none of that really concerns me.
Right.
So if she, just like you said, I understand that this is just a cultural thing,
Yeah.
Right.
and that's it. So like you said, in my culture, and so you were raised that way.
Yes.
And so that's why your thinking is that of such.
Right.
And just like his, it's like,
It's not a
like
big
who
deal.
cares? It's not a
Exactly.
big deal.
But-
And I feel the same, I really feel the same way, but I'm only comfortable with it because I was wearing jewelry already.
Mhm.
I had silver on all
Before.
fingers. Somebody would thought I was a pimp or something. I had them on all fingers and everything, you
And
know?
you still wearing jewelry.
So
Oh gosh.
The producer spoke again.
somebody to be behind the scenes.
Guys, I have to say this to you. This is, if you ever watched Martin Lawrence's show, Ramona, my girlfriend, and my husband is Pam and Martin. They do this all day, every day. That's all they do.
She just not gonna mind her business.
This is all they do all the time. So
Don't
for
you
her,
know you are my business because of
See?
that?
Look.
see,
This is crazy.
okay. Next question. What
So
do you got?
next question is, should your boo obey, treat you differently when you're mad at each other or arguing?
Ooh.
Well, I'm gonna answer the question and I'm gonna make a statement about it. No, they shouldn't. That's how I personally feel. But just because I may feel that way, I don't act that way. I know without a doubt. When I'm mad at my wife, if I'm supposed to take her somewhere,
Mhm.
hopefully she got her keys to her car.
Oh, no.
You know,
Isaac, tell me that's not
so-
true.
oh no, that's definitely true. That's definitely true.
Wait, now,
You know,
he's expressing.
no, the reason why I'm that way because I don't want to be around her. I don't want to be around her. When I'm angry, I didn't say when I'm upset. When I'm upset, we can ride, just whatever.
Don't-
But if I'm
don't talk to
angry,
me.
don't touch me, don't talk to me, don't do anything near me because I don't know how I will react. Certain people get the wrong side of me. I'm not a violent person with a female at all. I do not hit women. I would murder somebody and try to do something to a
I know
woman.
that's right.
And that's not
I know
my
that's
woman.
right.
Any
I know
woman I
that's
see
right.
that
I know
way.
that's right.
That's just how I am. But at the same time, you understand who I am and respect my space, so please don't touch me or talk to me.
Yeah.
Let me calm down. Let me calm down on my own, because I feel like you would be antagonizing me if you keep talking to me. It's like, I'm mad at you, but you're trying to say something to me.
Oh, wow.
And that's like, get away from me, let me have my space, and I go to my space.
You've been like that for the whole time, the 14 years and the 6 years you've done? Wow.
No, not just her, that's just who I
Yeah,
am. That's my personality.
That's just,
It's as simple as it is.
Yeah.
that's like,
Like even with my kids, if my kids get me to the extreme utmost, I don't want to speak to them. I just want to keep walking by and don't speak to me, because you're gonna get the blunt end of who I am. I don't beat my kids. I don't beat my kids. I got a bad son at times.
Let me just say this. And I respect your honesty on that, but I have to be honest. That's probably why this is a great relationship topic, because I couldn't work with that.
Yes.
I make him so mad. Let me tell you, I make this man so mad at me. He is the perfect gentleman. He opens doors.
let me take this.
He opens doors. He holds the umbrellas for me. He do everything. But you can tell when he's mad at me. For example, when he opens the door for me, when he's mad at me, he slams it. Bow!
I make sure she's in though.
He slams it. So I know he's
You want to
mad.
make sure you're secure.
She's in. I still do everything.
He still do everything.
I can't wait. Like, taking her to work. Sometimes it may take 15 minutes. When we're chilling.
Mm.
And she's just over there talking, and there's like nowhere to go. I get her to work like 7 minutes. I cut the time in half.
Just to get rid of me.
I'm like, baby, you're gonna be working any second.
Because he's so mad at me.
And look, I carry her bags.
He do everything.
I
You know that.
I do all it, but I don't change. But here's the thing. This is all I'm saying. This is how I feel. See, this is how I feel. When I'm doing these things, for her, I'm setting something for her. I'm letting her know that, this is how you're going to be treated, and this is not going to stop. And so when I disagree about anything that she does, I can't change that way, because now I'm sending a different message and I believe that the message I would be sending at that time would be, as long as I feel a certain way, then this is how you get treated. And if I don't feel that, if I don't feel that way, then you won't get this type of treatment. So I don't want to send that message.
I understand what you're saying, because when it was another incident where we started arguing, she was driving. I'm not driving. Stop the car. No, I was about to jump out. Honestly,
Wait, she was driving and she got mad.
No, I got mad.
Oh, you got mad.
I told her, stop. I started opening the door, and I jumped out the car. It was freezing outside. I wasn't even dressed for the cold weather. And I walked for like 5 miles to get where I had to go, and then I came back home. Now, I'm the one who was suffering.
Yeah.
So I didn't
absolutely.
But see, I just didn't want to be by her at the moment.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like I'm trying to attack her. This is what I'm trying to say. When I'm upset, it doesn't matter if I'm driving or you driving. I don't want to be around you.
Something. So in those moments, like, what do you role playing? Because a lot of us, like I said, this goes back to us role playing, because we're constantly thinking things.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. And this what makes us either more angrier or we either calm down our thinking. So I'm asking you, and whenever something transpires like that, right, what are you thinking still? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I just want to get away from you. I don't want to be near you, because
so you're just locked in.
I'm locked in to get out.
Like,
I'm almost like tunnel vision of, I just don't want to be around you, because our conversation is not going to go anywhere. We, like you said, we come to the conclusion at the end of the day, we can agree to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
But at that moment, if we keep talking, it's not only going to get worse.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want it to get worse, because just because I'm extremely mad doesn't mean I want to leave my wife.
Right.
I'm not to the point where it's,
the
the help. No, it's not that point. It's to the point I just don't want to be in that situation. It's not her. It's anyone. Now,
it's a personality temperament.
Correct,
for you.
but at the same time, I've been trying to work on it, especially since she's telling me different stuff. I have, you know what I mean? I have.
You see her face?
No, because she don't know I have.
No,
Because there's certain little things I've been trying to do, and I've noticed
Can I get in here for a little bit? I'm going to refer back to the question. I agree. You know, when you're mad at somebody, you're not supposed to show them that, oh, they don't matter anymore at this particular moment. Because at the end of the day, tomorrow, we're still going to be in love. We're still going to be married.
Exactly.
We're not going anywhere. But that 2 seconds or 5 minutes of our time, we're not even going to remember why we were so mad at each other. You understand? So that's why when he shuts down, and this is what I say, he shuts down. He shuts down. He shuts me out when he's mad. And sometimes it could be something he did that I'm upset with him for. And then he does a reverse. I ain't talking to you because you ain't talking to me. And I'm like, what? So he is so tunneled with his anger. And if I'm angry, I need time too. But I don't stop showing him I love him. I still prepare his lunch. I still make breakfast for him. But I'm not willingly doing it because you pissed me off. You upset me. You did something, and now all of a sudden you're not talking to me.
Yeah.
How does that make any sense? And that's one of the things. When he shuts down, it's not just to me.
Yeah.
He shuts down with the kids. He shuts down with whatever we had planned the next day.
Oh, wow.
He is in the zone
So
where
it's a carryover.
it's a carryover.
Yes.
And then he got to, and trust me, don't get me wrong, we always clean it up. Like we get to a
Of course,
point
you
takes
wouldn't
longer.
be here with us
Take
today.
that process.
Perfect.
More process.
communication. We get to a point where we talk about, hey, what got you there? What did I do? What shouldn't I have done?
Perfect
And
relationship.
then when we ironed all that stuff out, even though we might say, okay, then we know what not to do, how to do it better, there's gonna always be something that pushes there. Always, constantly, we're at that point where we don't talk. But I've never felt that we can't get past it. Never felt that way. Never.
Yeah. I'm like you when it comes to him. When he make me mad, I will still prepare his meal, but I won't.
Yeah.
He won't even know that I'm mad at him to the point where, because I'll make his plate and I'll bring it to him, hand it to him, then he'll be waiting for a drink, and I'll be like, fuck him, I ain't getting his drink. Something like that.
Oh, that's what that is. I didn't know.
That's why I
know.
told the secret.
That's what you like.
Yeah, I should have did that, right? But that's what I'll do. Like, I may
Did you
bring
tell
it,
her that?
I may bring it his plate without a spoon and fork, or I may bring his plate
I'm
without.
sitting here with the plate just looking at
You want me to
it.
get
Hey, I got
I'm
to
glad you got happy.
I got to think I'm in an Islamic state.
That's what I do. When I'm mad at him like that, I just like, oh, I gotta feed this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I gotta feed him. I'm so mad at him, but I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
I want my baby to eat.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I know he's hungry. I'm getting
Yes.
mad at him. And that's what I be like,
Honestly,
would not eat.
no. I honestly think she do it on purpose. What I mean by do it on purpose, like she brings me my food, but for whatever reason, she know when I'm hungry, I'm hungry.
I know
Make
that's
it
right.
warm,
I know
not
that's
hot,
right.
warm.
yeah,
And
that's
it's-
it. That's it, brother.
And she makes it scalding hot. So I'm eating. Moving my mouth, I heard
But
it.
now I do the same
And
thing.
then
I know he don't like it like
I
that.
asked him, I asked
Do
him,
it. Maybe
I said,
subconsciously.
did you
I
burn
do
it
it.
on purpose?
No. I do listen.
Smoke coming out.
Yes.
I will tell you 100% hands down. Anybody I love when they're in pain, I'm in pain. So
Right.
I'm not gonna hurt nobody because I'm gonna get hurt too. So I do not burn his food.
I do.
So
You didn't
hot.
burn it, you just make it
I
extra
don't
hot.
make it extra hot for him to hurt himself. I do not do that.
No, you know he wasn't gonna hurt himself because you know he's gonna sit there blowing it.
Okay, so
You
let
can't
him
hurt
blow.
yourself,
Let
you
him.
blow it.
I do not
I
do
wouldn't
anything
blow it. I'm
to
sorry.
hurt
I
him.
wouldn't
Just sitting there, you want to eat, and she knows you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I
Yeah.
said she
So
took
she's
Wow,
not
my husband's
hurting,
like
she's
that.
slowing you down.
Maybe I'm doing it subconsciously.
You
but
are,
I-
you are.
Yeah,
Because
we
you know,
know.
my husband tells me all the time, you know I like it hot,
Yes.
you know I like it hot. Soon
I
as he
say
make me
that
mad,
all the
I
time.
put
All
it
the
in there
time.
extra hot. I'll be like, okay.
And you know, her excuse every time she said is, I like mine hot.
I like
Okay,
mine
Yeah,
I
that's how you like yours.
I don't like mine hot.
Right.
I
Because
want
you're not
it
eating
hot.
it.
I want to be able
And
to
who
blow
brings
on
you
it.
I don't
a
like
hot plate with the smoke coming out of it, without a fork, without utensils, and nothing to
I'm
drink?
mad.
Who's mad
I'm
at
mad.
And nothing to drink.
I'm mad.
Get up and get your own
Thank
drink.
Then she'll
you.
go downstairs, and I'll be sitting upstairs, and I'll be sitting there, I'll be looking at the plate, and I'm looking at it,
It'll
and
cool
I
down.
start going through the TV, and I start going, and I'm looking at the plate, and she know my stomach.
That's me
I
too.
come from work sometimes, I slide in. I'm sitting there waiting, right? I get ready to get off the bed. I'm like, nah, she coming.
That's exactly what I do.
Isaac, this is
I
I'm sitting there looking, and then she got a nerve. She'll come up, she'll holler from the stand. Man, did I give you a fork? I'm like, this one. She ain't giving me a fork. Yeah, nothing to drink either.
But see, the good thing about having kids is I just call.
Yeah,
I pick up the
that's what
phone,
he does.
yeah, because I'm on the 3rd floor, and I call down. So first kid who answers, the first kid is bringing it to me. That's why sometimes the phone just keeps ringing, because our call ID says your name.
Yeah.
Isaac Davis call. Isaac. Next, no one's answering. I gotta call again. Then I gotta call their phone. Then I'm like, hey, bring me this. Then my daughter, when she brings it, she lets me know she don't want to bring it. She. Daddy.
Is that it? Oh, that sounds like our son upstairs. Man, I don't care what we say. He'd be like, again? You mean me again?
He's trying to break me. Yeah, my son trying to break me.
So we want the next question.
Mhm.
So, okay. What are the 5 most important things that all healthy relationships need to have to be successful?
Ooh. I've actually got the first thing for me for a healthy relationship is self-love. You have to love yourself first. If you don't love yourself first, it's hard to love anyone else. So to me, loving yourself is allowing you to be able to open up to someone else. I love myself a little bit too much sometimes. To the point where it's like, where I'm like, if I love me, I know I can give some of this to someone else. That to me is one of the most important things. Second to me is trust. I have to be able to trust. If I cannot trust, I'm like on pins and needles and all over the place.
Right.
If I cannot feel like you're gonna go to work and you ain't gonna stop off at the go-go bar or the girls or whatever. I tell people all the time, if you get my man, he wasn't my man, you can have him. So that's how I feel. Seriously, that's how I feel. If you could get my man from me, he wasn't my man.
Exactly.
You go ahead and have him, baby. Apparently it was for you.
Yeah.
So I was just occupying space in bed motion. That's about it.
It was good space.
So to me, that is also important. Trust. You have to trust. Communication, which is our problem. Because I said sometimes what happens is a lot of times I'll say something, he'll take it wrong, and he'll say something. So we have to. That's where we really work on our communication. So we talk about what irritates each other. Well, when you said it like this is how you said it. I was like, oh, I didn't mean like that. So we talk about it to try to figure out,
This is
how we
it
can work it.
This is how it came on.
Exactly.
This is how I receive it.
Exactly.
And that's why I didn't move like this. Or this is why I moved like that.
Yeah, because you said
Because
something like
of
this.
how you said it.
Exactly.
Tone is
It's everything.
whole
It's
thing.
everything. You put emphasis on something, you be like,
yeah.
Why you say that?
Why you say it like that?
Why you coming at me like that?
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
Why you coming at me like that?
It means nothing.
It's not what you say, it's
how you say it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
How you say
Because
it.
if we're talking, doing normal conversations, most people we're just talking. We're saying stuff and everything's married. And then all of a sudden you say something in a different tone. And I'm like,
What just happened?
What just
What just
happened?
happened?
Yeah.
And you say, what?
And then you
No,
come
no,
back
no,
with a
no.
snap.
Just back up a little bit. That thing you said. like, what you mean by that? What?
Yep, that's
No,
exactly how it happens.
Just tell me what you meant.
What you meant by that?
Just tell me what you meant.
Why
by
did you? He'll say, "Why did you say that like that?" And I'll be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Because I don't know what you're talking
Everything
about.
else
Exactly, because we
sound like
moved
that.
past that.
And now I'm past
And now
it.
you want us to do that. And we gotta
Look.
stay there because we gotta appease you and let you know that's not what we
That's
really
not
meant.
what we
You
meant.
just took it around.
Hello.
I had something else
Hello.
on my mind and
Hello.
you just want to dwell.
Hello.
Let's just
Hello.
I had
Go
something
ahead.
else on my mind. So why did you do that to me? Because it was on your mind. It wasn't on mine.
Yeah, but we letting you know it's not that serious.
It's
Get
not
moved.
that serious.
Okay,
Move
so
on.
fine. Okay, ladies. Here's the thing. All ladies. Because 2 are here speaking for all of you. So,
Three.
Yeah.
Oh, no, don't do it.
boom. I'm about to get look. She don't count.
He said you don't count.
She heard.
Ooh.
She's the director, that's why. What?
But I'm still human.
That was a direct answer.
A woman.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, and I have to say this too. The other piece. I don't know if I got the 5 now.
no,
But the other most important one to me is the connection. In other words, connection can be sexual, and connection can be supportive of your dreams, your hopes, or whatever.
Wow.
If I cannot have a person who connects with me, really?
Honestly, if I read my list, it's almost identical to what you're saying.
It's identical, but it's just like the pop-up word that you use. Like you would have when you have connection, we have that to be love.
She has that.
I have that to
She
be
has
love.
it
And
to
it could
love,
be
and
physical
what I have
verbal
is sex.
connection, whatever
I
kind
put
of
it down as
connection,
S.
emotional connection.
I want to make sure you know what it
That's
is.
emotional.
Huge.
Love for me.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
What's huge? What we miss?
Sex.
Sex.
Yes, I'm talking about that sexual connection. If it's not there, it's like, okay, you're leaving soon?
I agree.
You know, so that you gotta have that.
Why you're with somebody if you don't have that
Woo,
connection?
girl.
That's just the expression
Especially
of
when-
love.
Exactly.
To me.
Exactly.
Sex.
Exactly. I have to say
Truly
this.
expressed.
I have to say this, and just I'm gonna bring the producer in just for a little bit, because she gonna confirm what I'm getting ready to say. For a very long time, anybody that know me know that I have just been the hardest person to satisfy sexually. Just have been, just hard. And I prayed, and I was like, oh God, please find me somebody so I ain't gotta use these toys and gotta do all this stuff, you know, all this extra stuff, right?
Ooh, too much information.
Okay, too much information, y'all. I'll pull back.
Why don't you just
I'll pull back.
Because how will people know?
You know,
First of all, we're all adults.
I understand that, but
Not all of us.
however, it's not.
So the thing is,
That's human
is that she
nature.
just go ahead, sweet. Finish off.
So
This
I
is all the
prayed.
background.
Oh, the background is she
Did you PG this
No, it
Why?
doesn't matter. We can do that later. But I prayed on this, and I was like, okay, I need this, and I spoke it into existence. This is what I want.
Really?
Then he sent me him, and now I'll be like, yo, baby, I'm tired, you know. So I get to a point now where it's no longer me chasing for it. It's like him overwhelming me for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, we did it yesterday. We good, right?
That was yesterday. Today's a new day.
We ain't good.
Why
It's
do you
like,
think she the happiest person on the job?
She come home to you.
But she asked for it. And
yeah,
she
I
got
did,
it.
and she'll
Yeah.
tell
She
you.
put it
because
out
for a long
there,
time,
don't
I
get
was
that
so
like
she
that.
got it.
Then when he come down to God, they said, be careful what you
That's
ask for because
right.
you liable to
Yeah,
get
you
it.
might
Yes,
get it.
that's true.
So I agree 100% that sex has the connection there has got to be tight and still a supporter of your hopes and dreams. Like if I wanna build a ship in downtown Newark, and you may look at me like I'm crazy, but you better be hitting the nail, putting the wood together with me. It may be the stupidest dream in the world, but if you believe in it with me,
It's not
we're gonna go far. We'll go far. So that to
if
me
that's
is
your significant other, everything that they believe in, you're supposed to believe in to a certain degree
exactly.
as well. Now, I don't mean something illegal.
However,
Yes.
yes, you can believe, but at the same time, it might not be tangible at that time. It might be, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you can
So
compromise.
you have to step in and let
yes.
them know. Well, let's back up for a moment. Wait a minute, am I the producer?
Yeah.
No, I agree with you, and he
forget.
does that a lot. Like he will
Yeah.
come out and say, "Baby, I want us to do the first floor," and I'm looking at him like, "It's fucking $20,000."
That's fucking
Where we gonna get that money?
$20,000.
To me, I don't see we can. Oh, baby, I want us to buy another house. Let's do a 2-family home. I'm like, that's fucking $350,000. Like, where are we gonna get this money? And then I just shut down. Like, I can't support this. We can't afford
Oh, wait a
this.
minute.
And then
you
No,
say
no,
shit
no,
down.
No, but if it's not realistic at the moment,
Let me finish.
She don't stop there.
Yeah.
And then he would come back and say, we could just put pen to paper. Let's start the process.
Yeah.
Mhm,
We don't
mhm,
have to think about it
Right.
like
Mhm.
tomorrow.
Exactly.
It's
a process.
right.
We're going to get
process.
to step 1, step 2, step 3. Let's put it on paper. Let's see what we got to do. Let's build on it.
Okay.
And then I'm open. I'm listening. I'm hearing. And I'm supporting. So, yeah, there are times where the dreams could be so unattainable at that moment.
Yeah.
But if we honestly want it, we can support each other with no matter what. Even if they want like a private jet. They come with the plan, steps, and orders of how this can be attainable. We're supporting 100%. I do it all the time. He's got some dreams. I'm like, oh my God. And I'll be honest with you. 100%.
And a lot of them are coming true.
He's the
Because
one
reality-
who pushed us to
reality-
get everything.
Reality
because
is
he has such dreams.
like think about it like this. Everybody was a child at one point in time. No one is a child just say, you know what, I just want to wake up tomorrow and go to school. You dream beyond your school. You dream beyond tomorrow, your yesteryears, right? So all of a sudden you say where you want to be, and when you get close to getting that and you're almost there, you don't stop dreaming. And most of the people who stop dreaming are basically almost ready to die.
Yeah.
I'm not dead. I'm not trying to die. And it's like a lot of things I want. Now, I always used to say, this is one of my favorite sayings, I don't want to be a millionaire. If it happens, great. But I want to be a nice thousandaire.
I
You know what I'm saying? A nice thousandaire.
I
I want to
like
be comfortable and in my own skin, but at the same time, I want my kids to be successful. How do they become successful? They have to have somebody to look at, a role model. And I'm not talking about these damn movie stars, these fly-by-night rappers.
When they call
you know
the
what I mean?
average guy.
Yeah, I want them to look over at their parents and say, you know what? They did it. They showed me the way to do it. It's not just saying they did it. They showed me the way. They spoke to me and explained how to go about doing it. And on top of that, I saw them go through it. So if they don't see nothing at home, how can you even speak to your kids
So
on
you're
it?
saying just so that it would, as long as you can show that it's attainable,
Oh yes.
then it works. It's just like the perfect example. Is this setting right here.
Right.
A while back, my wife loves pictures. Like she loves pictures to a fault. So no, I'm saying
I concur.
I'm saying she like photos, forget about it. Like she just loves taking photos, and I get it. And I'm saying, okay, do you? And I wasn't one from doing that all the time, and it was annoying for a minute, and where I had to say, well, baby, look, that's your thing. Whatever you want to do, I'm gonna support you. Like I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And then I said, I'll tell you what, I'll do it. And then when it came down to this particular setting,
this one.
This setting right here, she came to me and she said, I have something that I want to do, and I want to do this relationship. And I heard out that, and she knows me, I'm moving and I'm doing something, I'm prepping for one of the halfway houses or something I'm about to go do and speak. And so I'm like, okay, baby, whatever you want to do, count me in, I got you. I'm there for you. And she was like, well, it's a couple's day. And like a cartoon, I was like,
Sure did.
and I slid and I said, all right, well, you saying that this ain't right. What do you want me to do? Because you're saying couples, that means both of us are doing this. Because if you wanted to do it, they got the stoop talk, they got this, that's just one person talking to somebody. Hey, see, I can do what Ramona's doing from back here. I don't mind being around, you ain't got to look like that. So, but I just said to her, and I meant it, whatever you want to do, I don't care what it is, even when it came down to our home, she was like, I don't want to live on the top of nobody, I don't want to live on the bottom of nobody, baby.
That's what she said.
She said, I just want my home.
Exactly.
And I said, whatever you want to do, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. If we make it, we make it. If we fail, we fail, but we try.
Trying.
But we try. We try. We're going to give it everything we got. And like you said, like I got one little man left upstairs, and I'm going to show him that, just like you said, anything is attainable. It starts with a dream. Because if you don't have a dream, you have nothing. You have nothing. So why not dream? Why not dream? Why not pray for it? Why not do these things if you know it's going to happen? And it can. All you got to do is stick together. If you head that way, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
You can't dream and just sit there.
Dream and just sit there. It's not going to happen. Nothing falls in your lap.
No, nothing.
Nothing falls.
But you have to put it in action.
Yeah.
Yes.
But also you got to remember, everything takes time.
Correct.
Everything. It doesn't happen like yesterday.
No, it
That's
doesn't.
Most of
Making
us
her
have
point.
that idea that it does. Like
No,
it's
it don't.
going to happen.
I've been trying to figure
Like
Ramona
yesterday.
out for 2 years now. And
Pen to pad, it ain't working.
I did. Somehow it didn't work. So like she said, this thing is, if you gotta phase this thing. So because I'm a patient man, I understand.
See, you can't phase this out.
Nah,
This is right.
see, even in the background.
That's right.
My
That's
wife
right.
need a black screen. Right?
Black doesn't even do the trick because I'm black.
That's all right. I wouldn't be able to see you.
Okay.
They can't see you. We look
Guys,
over there, bam.
Guys, I want to
Okay,
give them
but
an
anyway.
opportunity to answer
Sure.
the same question.
Sure.
Can you repeat that question so they can get a
What
chance
are
to
the
answer?
five? What are the 5 most important things that keep a relationship healthy?
So we both answer these questions, but we answer them separately, so that way we can come back to have more precise, true feelings how we feel, and see if we're on the same page.
Oh, that was
Eventually.
smart.
So that's why when you were
That was
saying what
nice.
you were saying, is almost identical to what I had put down. And then when my wife and I, we actually read to each other, it's almost identical. So I'll go first. I'm just going to say the things. I'm going to let her say the things, and then we'll communicate about each one, because it may be slightly worded different because it depends on the keywords you chose.
Right.
Right? So there's no particular order which is more important than the other, because all of it is part of what you need in a relationship, in my opinion. All right. One, I have communication.
That's the same as the one we had.
Yes. Now I put sex as one.
As its own.
Oh yeah.
That's a main line.
Oh yeah.
That's a main
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Main line.
You know what I mean? Point blank. I'll
That
put
line
that
open up a lot of things.
Yeah.
Sex.
I get you right.
Yes.
Okay.
I put that down to
So she
me.
did talk
Yes.
about that. Go ahead.
All right. Commitment. That's another one. Trust
Yes.
and support.
Yeah.
Because if you can't support each other, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree.
Okay, so I have love down, and like you guys would say sex, and you guys would say that connection. I think love is verbally and physically, and it's just a nice way to say sex.
Yeah.
I have
However,
Wait,
can I say something?
yes,
But you can love someone, but that doesn't mean the sex is fulfilling.
that's true.
So you have to separate the two.
But
Because just because I love you, that doesn't mean that sex, I'm getting that connection from you.
well, to me, there's no other way to express love in somebody unless you physically show it. Because you could say you love somebody, but if that person don't feel it, if you can't physically connect with them, then you're not on that level of love that you should be with that person.
Well said.
So
That-
you're
that's-
saying
that's
the
even
love
outside
in
of
the
sex, though.
definition of the word.
Yeah.
love.
Right. That's outside of
Because
sex,
love
though.
is some deep stuff.
No, love is deep and it's
It's
right.
deep.
It's
very
outside
deep.
of sex.
That's why people
Yeah.
say don't say
That's
that.
why. That's why
When
sex
people
and
say,
love
I
is
love
two
you,
different
you know,
entities.
people say,
Yeah.
don't say that.
It's just a way
You like
to
me.
express the love.
Yeah.
If you
Like
in
me,
love with
lust.
somebody, it's a physical way to express it.
Right.
And that's how
You become one with them.
yes.
That's
Yeah.
her interpretation.
Yeah.
That's why I put sex down as sex.
Right, because that's how,
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of like agree with him
Right.
because of the fact
I
that,
didn't agree with her when she said that.
Yeah.
When she told me.
I mean,
oh,
I
okay.
understand the love part. I get it.
I'm
But
gonna
you-
interject there because I've had intimacy with other people,
Mm-hmm.
and I've never felt
that love.
I felt different when you love somebody.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a
what we talked
different
about.
feeling. It's a different level. It's a different oh my God, like I could die right now. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's completely
After
different.
sex though. After sex.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. After the sex, you'd be like, okay, you can say to me now, Lord.
Yeah.
Not
So I,
Not before.
Not before.
Let me get this off first, Lord.
see, you can have sex.
Yeah.
Sex is just it's physical. But when you're in love with somebody,
Yeah.
you have sex
She's
with
talking
them.
about the
It is
actual
more
meaning
than-
of the word.
Yeah.
It is more than sex.
She's
Right.
so deep
That's
and
what
passionate about
that's
those
what I'm
things.
saying. It's more than just
It is
sex.
more than sex.
Because sex is outside of the love part. That's
Yeah.
how I feel. Love is very deep. It's outside of the bedroom and everything.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. I
Oh,
agree.
but see,
I agree.
That's why I said I'm gonna expand on what I wrote down.
Yeah.
You know,
I got you.
because if I start going into the sex, then I want her to get all what she has to say out. Then
All
we
right.
expand on it.
And trust. Well,
Yes.
I think.
No, just say the words and we can go on and explain it later.
Seriously. You see why we at it? I have my way of doing things. He has his way
He
of
kind
doing
of
things.
laid,
And
he
he's
kind of laid down.
always
He stopped
trying to
his
say,
so
do
he
it
could
how-
do yours so he can come back.
All right.
He said it beforehand. He said, I'm just going to say 5.
Trust, loyalty, support, and last but definitely not least, because I think it's a glue to everything, communication.
Yeah, you know what? It's crazy that we are in. So, ladies and gentlemen, we just gave you the 5 things that we have been working for us in relationships. So I hope you guys are listening to that because we all actually have the same 5 things.
All right. So with regards to communication, like we all said, tone is one of the main things that can change the whole conversation.
Yes.
As well as
100%.
bringing in, if you're having a disagreement, when you start using profanity within a disagreement, that escalates the situation that don't need to be.
Even
As well as body language. Everybody want to exclude body language, but you can stare at somebody and look at them, but if you're not showing that you're really interested in what they're saying, they can read you just like you can read them.
exactly.
So
Really cool.
communication is
Real,
not
yeah.
just verbally. Communication is body language. So when you say communication, there's a lot more tangibles involved in that itself. Now, when I say sex, intimacy is what I'm referring to. Intimacy, like you're into that person and you mentally and physically into them. Because you can have sex, meaningless sex, and men do it all the time. I'm an example. I used to have meaningless sex all the time. I just wanted to get it off. It was better than ejaculating. You know what I mean? I was just using a person to ejaculate. That's all. So, and I've said that plenty of times. Some people wear a deposit box for me.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
That was a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Get off moment.
Somebody
that's
you named him a deposit.
A deposit box.
Yes.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
somebody.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it was past tense. It was
Yeah.
a process, and it's what.
But it's not something I never said to my
He
wife.
deposited.
It's
I mean,
dudes-
he made
dudes,
that
women
deposit.
too.
He did what he had to do and made
Why we
that
talking like
deposit.
we're
And
all
that was
shocked?
But see, the whole point is, this is not something new.
He's just
I've never
put
said
it
this.
out.
I've told my
You
wife
never
this
not.
before. You know, not to her about she was the deposit box, but I've used that expression to her, and she's heard me say this about other women. So it's not like I'm trying to demean a woman or anything like that. It's more so to myself. But I knew who I was and what I
They call it
wanted.
a booty call, brother.
They can call it whatever they want.
That's what
That's
they
their
call
choice.
it. You know,
words.
you said a deposit. They call it a booty call.
And the
It's
newest
the
term
same
now is what is it called? Fuck boy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess
Same
I was
thing.
plenty of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, commitment. And when I say commitment, it's like commitment in your values as well as commitment in
Yes.
the individual you're with.
Yes.
Because and commitment doesn't just mean physically I'm here every night. You've got to be committed mind, body, and soul.
Yeah,
Because
about
if
that.
I personally felt as though my wife was sharing her innermost thoughts or not confiding in me, but she's confiding in some other man to self, I would find it offensive. Just as I would find it offensive if she did the same thing with another female. So it's not just because she confided in a woman, a man,
nice.
but a female as well. Because to me, I always told my wife, she's my soulmate and my best friend. You know, so if she can't come talk to me openly, she's not committed to me, because I know I'm committed to her, and that goes back coming back to circle with communication, and then trust. My wife says I'm going on vacation. I'm going to Hawaii for 5 weeks with such and such. Okay. My wife would tell you anybody any day. Only thing my husband ever asked me when I come back from vacation, did I enjoy myself?
Mhm.
She tells me yes, I'm happy. And I don't ask her all. If she wants to tell me certain things, okay, you took some pictures, great. All right, you have fun.
You took a picture. Okay.
All right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it's about. You went away to unwind. Now, if I felt as though I don't trust my wife, she don't even go on vacation for me not to trust her. If all of a sudden she went down the block and I didn't trust her because she seemed like she did something wrong, she would know it. Because, you know, I'll be the first one out the door. I don't need to come home and see my wife getting pumped up by like 16 guys to say, you know what, I'm leaving you, I don't trust you. If I felt, though, as you said earlier, if I felt as though she was doing something conniving, I don't have a trust for her anymore, so I have to move on.
Yeah.
And if I felt as though she don't have to trust in me,
That's
then
over.
exactly,
Because that's over.
Yeah.
we lost our commitment.
It's over.
And then to support. We didn't touch base on support so many times. When I'm talking about support, is supporting your dreams, supporting your beliefs, and all those things. Because if they don't support you, then what do you have? You know what I mean? And I told my wife this 2 times. I was in a relationship a long time ago with a female, and we both had discussions about what we want to do and how we want to go about doing it. When we started the process, and it was great until I came home with a PowerPoint presentation of how the process was to be. I always say pen to pad, right?
Wow.
I do believe in pen to pad. You can talk a good game until you put it to paper. And when you see the paper, when you start making that progression,
Yes.
all of a sudden you know where you came from, where you're going. So when I put that there, she really realized how serious I was of what our relationship was supposed to be and where we're trying to strive to. She told me then, oh, I don't want that. That's just too much. I'm okay where I'm at. I said, hold on. So you don't want to do this? No, I don't want to be a millionaire. And that's when my terminology came up. I don't want to be a millionaire either. I just want to be a thousandaire.
Right,
You know what I mean? But I want things when I say, baby, let's go on vacation next week. Oh, we can't do it. I don't want to hear that.
And all that.
I don't want to hear that. Let's just do it because we have it. We have the means for it because we did all these things so we can be in that position. So I had to
that
leave her.
comfort zone.
So 2 weeks after this whole conversation went down, I left her.
Wow.
I didn't leave her because she was cheating on me. I was cheating on her. We was hating each other. We have a great relationship now. We communicate. My wife knows who she is. She's a beautiful woman.
She is.
I mean, I'm talking spiritually. She's a beautiful woman. I only want the best for her. But exactly.
The dreams.
We were not compatible. So I could not be exactly.
Well, speaking of compatibility, just being compatible. Do you believe in astrology, the horoscope?
No.
Do you
No.
believe in
I don't
that?
particularly
As a
care
couple?
for it. No. I don't particularly care for
No,
it.
we don't even.
I don't even follow that. I don't know what sign.
Yeah, I don't
I couldn't
believe
tell
in it
like
either.
when people ask you, what's your sign? Because you act like that. I said, I don't know.
I always
Our
like that.
sign is what day of the week is it? Because Monday you may get a different person from me.
Yeah.
Tuesday you may get a different person from me. Wednesday I may be mean and nasty. So I don't believe in that either. But you know, I have to say I so respect you too. because of the fact of the honesty, and that's probably why we love to be around you guys.
Yeah.
We love to be around you guys because that love connection is so wonderful.
Mhm.
When we first met, one of the things that we said was we don't find true, strong, healthy relationships like we have.
'Cause
There's
I don't
another
get bothered
couple.
with 'em.
There's
You should
another
ask
couple.
me
What is
quick.
it? Ron, Wally B, and Kim. Those are.
Kim, oh my
There
God.
are certain relationships that we had that we're friends, and we feel like we connect with them because they believe in the same thing we believe in.
Right.
We are going to fight. We are going to argue.
Yes.
We're going to go through that. But at the same time, and you said something that hit home that my husband says to me all the time. He said, Ramona, I know you love your girlfriends. My girlfriend's in the kitchen. I know you love your girlfriends. I know you love them. He said, but whatever you feel you need to tell them, why can't you just tell me?
Right.
When he helped me realize that he's my everything, I stopped telling him anything. I don't pretty much say much anymore.
No, because we're not talking about like girlfriend stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's completely
We're
different.
talking about something that's meaningful, something that would be discussed with your partner.
Exactly.
That makes never mind, because I don't want to find out later,
Right.
Yes.
because that's what normally happens.
Right.
Because later on, the topic will come up, and then it'll come out that you discussed that with somebody else, and they say, well, why did you do that?
Yeah.
Because if you had just discussed it with me,
Me.
then we could have worked on it.
Mhm.
We could have made something happen with it.
A different outcome.
It would have been a different. How can it not?
Yeah.
How can it not? If you can achieve everything else together, why
Right.
not that?
Yeah.
So why did you take the approach to going that route as opposed to this route? Because it's certain things that we talk to people that are companions, friends, whatever. It's certain things that we talk with them about, And if you don't have somebody, then it's like this conversation is unlimited.
Yeah.
Yes.
The conversation, but when you have a mate and you guys are striving to do some things, it's just common sense that you extend out to your partner in life, because this is your partner, that's your best friend.
Yes.
That's what you get in this package deal. You said, this is what I accepted when I married you. I
Right.
said, we are all these things together. So how can we leave something out?
Exactly.
That's leaving something out. And that right there, it means a lot. It really does.
Yeah, because when you decide to be a partner, that's what it is. It's you against the world. And that's how I look.
It's you guys against the world.
That's how I looked at our marriage, our relationship, our love. And when we have the kids, we always constantly remind each other that, hey, listen, these kids are gonna grow up, they're gonna leave us, and we're gonna be here.
Still here.
And-
Still
and-
here.
That's what we said. That's what we said.
Oh, we
gonna
already
get-
got a plan for
we
that. And we
That's
told the kids too.
We're gonna
But
get
we want them
old.
to make sure they're successful still.
We're gonna
Absolutely.
get old,
Absolutely.
and we don't want to be in a position where, hey, we dependent on them to take care of us. We want to do enough for them that they can take care of themselves, and we're in a position that we can take care of each other. God forbid one of us leave each other, die, leave us behind. We are going to make sure we are good.
Good. That's right.
We
That's
are
right.
good.
That's right.
He's gonna put me in a position where I'm good, and I'm gonna put him in a position where he's good.
Exactly.
We don't want to be dependent on our kids when we
Right.
get older.
That's right. That's right.
That's why we
We talk about
we
that.
focused, and we know for sure. At the end of the day, it's you and me. It's you and me against the world. And if we ever lose sight of that, I think that's when we're opening ourselves for every other bad thing that's out there to come in and destroy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree so much with that. It's amazing because we have this conversation too. Because one of the things, without going into my kids by name, because a lot of people know who my kids are, I tell my husband all the time, if something happens to me, I don't want this kid to help me. I don't want this kid to help me. I don't want this kid, because I know this kid will probably stick me in a nursing home. This kid will probably not want to wipe my behind.
Exactly.
So I'm like, you know what? No. I said, if anything happened, I need my husband.
Exactly.
So
You
that's
said
why
that.
this is what we do.
Oh yeah.
And it brings me up, and I hope you don't mind, because I hope there's no more questions, because I got to say this.
No.
Good. What's her name? Christine. Oh my God. Steph Curry's wife is Christine is her name. She made a comment and social media went off, but I so feel her. She said her comment
Yes,
was.
Take care
I
of
saw
them
that.
first.
She said, "What's
then
most
the kids.
important in your relationship?"
Yeah.
She said, "The
It makes
kids
sense.
or the relationship." She said, "The relationship."
Yes.
Without
So
relationships,
everybody-
Relationships, how's that?
Everybody was like,
Good.
"What?" They was like, "Your kids are more important." No. She said, "No, because if me and him is at it, the kids is feeling the repercussions of
Yes,
that.
they are.
Exactly.
They can sense it, smell it, and everything else.
Exactly.
Perfect example is with that leadway to what you're saying is like when you're on the airplane, they never say strap up the kids.
Exactly.
They say take care of yourself first and then take care of the children,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
I mean, and I've said this to my children all the time. I mean, how many times do you see bums going out handing out food? You don't see bums just handing out food, right?
Right.
They may help every once in a while, but you see the ones who's able to help all the time. They have the means to help. So you have to look out for yourself first so you can take care of your children and put them in a position where they can take care of themselves.
That's
And then
right.
you come back to help yourself.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I live for my kids, but at the same time,
I need my wife to
I
be
need my
right.
wife to make sure the guy all the way
Exactly.
through.
I so agree with you. I
Yes.
so agree with you.
Yes.
I'm telling you, this has been such an enlightening conversation. I am so honored that you two agreed to be our first guest there.
Yes.
You do not understand how happy I am that you two, because you know it's so amazing. He did say something. When I brought this to his attention, I said, babe, we get a lot of questions about relationships. What makes you better? Everybody think we perfect. We're not. Trust me. Trust me, we are not.
You're perfect for each other.
Yeah.
We're perfect for each other, but we're woo!
Yeah.
He makes me so mad sometimes, and I know he made this, and I need him to repeat it. He said, if your mate don't make you mad, or something, what was that you said?
Yes. How do you know they care?
What was that
It
you
was
said?
basically that.
Yes.
That's it pretty much. You know, if everything's okay, your mate don't care
Yes.
about nothing that's going. There's something wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's just something wrong with
Nothing
that. My
perfect.
dad used to say all the time. He said, if your relationship is a bunch of strawberries, he said, boy, you better be careful about where the banana is going.
Wait, that was nice. What was that? I understood. You got it. That was nice.
There was quite a few things wrong with this. So,
You know what?
Wait, we gotta repeat that because I actually like that. I like
you
that.
know,
Repeat it
if your
again.
relationship is a bunch of strawberries,
Strawberries.
then you better be careful where the banana is going.
For sure.
And it just
Because
makes
what is
all
the
this
strawberry?
sense. Ramona, don't do this.
And what is the banana?
Don't do this.
No, I want to know.
The fruits, they're fruits.
I'm
They're
just-
just fruits. They're fruits.
No.
Yeah, they're just fruits.
Oh, did you not get
It's
it?
like
I did get it.
Okay.
That's why she's doing it.
Okay.
That's why I'm
Okay.
going there.
Okay.
Did you
like
not
forest,
get it?
like
I
life is
love
like
that.
strawberry.
Yes.
I love that.
You know, it means everything. You're going to have a bunch of challenges. It's how you get through these challenges.
Yes.
Right.
It's all about how you overcome it. Because if both of us want to be, say my thing, I used to say to her, I said, you know, when you've been self-dependent for a long time, right? It's like what they call on the income tax thing, like who's head of the household?
Yes,
Like, well,
yes.
both of us. You motherfucker. What do you mean?
Right.
Hey, now you want
You're
to
right.
separate us?
Yes.
Exactly.
Like,
I
that's some
agree.
government stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, but it's both of us, and
Exactly.
we're both headstrong
Exactly.
because we're both leaders.
Exactly.
So I'm like, no, it's like when we pray, it's not like, go back there and pray. No, you pray right here beside me. Everything we're doing, it's like side by
Side
side.
by side.
It's a side by side stride, and then it is times, and there's going to be times where we're going to bump heads. We bump heads all the time, and then we realize, like, all right, well, why are we bumping heads?
Yes.
That's what we have to do. We have to step to the side and say, well, why are we bumping heads? That's what I'm so grateful about this home that we've been blessed with.
Mhm.
When we bump heads, we've been in the same room, and I do like you do. Like, I'll say, all right, well, let me just walk. I'm going to walk away. I don't go far.
Oh,
Because, see, this is the way I see it.
You don't.
And this is just me.
I already know
won't
when
do
he's
that.
going to the basement to work out.
Yeah,
You know.
I won't leave the house.
Yeah.
I won't leave the house, and I'm going to tell you
well,
why.
I'll say it far like you
Yeah.
got three
See,
doors.
Yeah, we got 3 floors. Yeah, so
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a home, and it's spacious enough
Where you
to
can have the
where
distance.
I
at the same
can
time.
move away from her, right?
Exactly.
But I don't want her to ever think
That you-
for a second that whenever something like that transpires, I leave out the door.
Yes.
Like, where are you going?
Yep.
See, I don't want her to think that.
Exactly.
Like, where are you going now that you just got mad? Like, you don't know. Our
What you
minds
gonna
just
do?
play tricks on us.
Exactly.
So, are you going to someone else's arms? Or
Yes.
do you need somebody else to come? And I don't want her to have to process that because I'm not going to throw no wood on the fire already.
Exactly.
So, we just had some words. So, what I'll do is I'll say, you know what? Listen, enough of this bullshit. And I'll walk off and I'll come down the steps. I'll either go in the room So you know if I go in the room, right? Don't bring your ass in.
Don't come in the same room I'm in.
Don't
I
come
left
in
the
here.
room.
But everyone
You
doesn't
mess
have
with
that
the
outlet, though.
Like, just don't do certain things. We got like 12
Everybody has
Everyone does not
Don't
have
pick up
that
this
outlet, though, to
Unless
be
you-
able to walk and go somewhere else.
If you're in a
I do it all the time
Be in
with
a
you.
tight-
No, if you're in a studio apartment,
All the
maybe.
time.
But
She
if you're in
tests me.
a one bedroom, you can go in another room.
You
Even if
can
it's
go
the
in another
bathroom.
room.
Yeah, because all right, I get where you go.
However,
But for the sake of who's watching or who's
Right.
listening, if they don't have a 3-family house, they can go in another
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
Where can they go?
Yeah.
What's
All
your
right, go in the
question?
bathroom.
And
Go to the
then
bathroom.
there is
Go to
the
the
mate that
bathroom.
likes to antagonize their
Seriously,
mates.
if you don't want to
You
cause
know,
much more
they'll follow
harm
this.
to the
Don't let it.
relationship, just step in, man, go in the bathroom, sit there for a minute, and that other person know that you guys
But
upset
you
with
can
each other.
still hear
Don't
that
go
person.
behind them.
You know what I'm saying? They're
We ain't talking about
antagonizing,
you, but
trying
What's
to
beautiful about today
get under your
is
skin.
technology.
Yes.
See, because
Yeah,
it's been
that's
plenty
true.
times my wife
Kids
will
are
follow me.
around
That's
and
When we,
don't want
when we,
them
no,
involved
for
in
example, my
anything.
wife sometimes used to get so mad at me because she hated when I ignored her, right? So I'll go in another room and she'll keep following me and then she gets talking
That's-
loud.
yeah,
So I was
that's
like, you know what? Cool, no problem. I grab my phone, put my headphones in, turn the full volume. I don't know how long she was out there. You know,
That's
did you hear
a good
me?
outlet. Oh yeah.
And then I'll come out with my phone on, still she left. They get upset, but she realized I wasn't listening to whatever she said.
They meant to not
Because
that's
let's
right.
be realistic. You probably trying to get a rise out of me, and you're trying to antagonize me. So it's not going to go anywhere if we start yelling at each other constantly.
You
So
know how they can
we
back.
don't really yell at each other. It may be a split second for yelling, and then it stops.
Mhm.
Then there's no more yelling. Let's calm down.
Mhm.
And then sometimes when I may need a day, I may need an hour, I may need a few days. But what happens is I may respond to it via email. I may respond via text.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm not gonna call you because
Start
I
breaking the ice.
don't really want you to respond back because I'm gonna hear your tone. No matter
Right,
what you
right,
say,
right,
I heard
right.
your tone.
And then
it's just-
escalate.
Exactly. It goes even worse than what it
What do
was.
you say if you don't mind me being specific? Because I can tell you, when we mad at each other, I get the sweetest texts from him.
Oh, I don't.
You know. So what do you? She said no. What do you text when you're mad? What do
I
you,
say exactly what I feel, but about the conversation,
okay.
about how I felt when I was
So
at
this
that
is
point.
what I meant by that.
No,
This
I don't
is
say
I'm
what I
saying.
meant. I don't say what I meant. I
She said-
say
what
it.
she
I
said,
just
no.
say it. I said, I didn't appreciate, I don't like how you did this. I tell exactly what
okay.
I didn't like or what I was.
In a text?
Yeah.
I
So you
text
pick
her
up where
email.
you left off as if you were right in front of, except for you're being heard now.
Yes.
No, he
Yes,
waits
yes.
for an opening. Like, for instance, if he's not talking to me and we're not talking and then something comes up, like let's say the plumber is coming over or the kids have to go somewhere, I will send him an email or text him and say, hey, Tara needs to go this place or whatever. And then he starts talking about, oh, I didn't like the way you did what
Oh.
you
That
did
was
or
the
whatever.
Because we never,
He waits
we
for
never,
opening.
we
You
never.
never
We
chance.
never
Exactly.
had a chance to address it.
But do you think that's a good? Just my opinion. That's a good time to bring it up now because now she's trying to move on.
No. We
moving-
haven't moved on.
You couldn't move
We
on
haven't
because
moved on.
something
Yeah,
transpired.
we have to.
Something transpired and that window was still open.
Correct.
It never was
It's
closed.
still open because
No, I don't
you
say
don't
we
wanna-
agree. I say she understand where I came from. Remember, if we're arguing or we're just having a disagreement, but it's a strong disagreement, I walk out or I leave, and I
Nothing
want
is ever
The
resolved.
conversation is not satisfying.
what did we say to each other? We did. We was yelling. So when you yell, do you really hear?
You don't receive
No,
the
exactly.
message.
We all can sing together and it
Right.
sounds beautiful. But if we start yelling all of it at the same time, who heard what?
Right.
You know what I
Sounds
mean?
like a lot of
Noise.
noise.
No,
Right,
it-
right.
It is
No,
a bunch of noise.
So that's the
Noise.
reason why I would still need to say what I have to say. Now I don't expect her to agree with me. She may not, but she knows exactly where I stand.
So when you said the tech, like, so so what I'm getting on this is when she sends a text.
About
So,
normal
so now you're
things.
saying she's calmed down to the point to where she's saying something is just coming through this way.
Yeah, the
And
kids gotta
it's
do
being
this.
wired, in other words. So being that it's being wired, all right, she says something. Now I can say this way.
Or
I'm
vice
gonna-
versa.
right.
It's not always her sending something to me.
No,
I
I'm
may
just
have to-
saying.
either or.
Yeah,
That's
like,
how that
please,
would be
yeah,
taken.
like if he's mad at me
Mhm.
and I'm mad at him, vice versa, and he opens something up, a conversation line, 'cause
Mhm.
there'll be days when we're not speaking, no
Mhm.
text, nothing. We
Wow.
walk past each other in the house, not saying anything to each other.
I mean, what
And
people do that?
Yeah, no,
That's not
that's
unheard of.
and then
When
when
you
she
get
says
that, not a
days,
good
baby.
feeling.
I don't know
though.
about
Yeah.
days,
Days.
but I know some hours.
days, not
have
even
gone
good
by
night,
Oh, believe
You
me,
like-
I
you
not
like
good
people
night,
do it.
not good, not hello, nothing. We pass each other, not saying
Oh, let's go
anything.
back again.
Not even
You said
good night,
good
not
night?
even hello.
Oh, wow.
We just walk in the
No, you go to
house.
bed, not
You go to
saying
bed?
Yeah, same bed. and
You
not
know,
saying anything
I always
to each
had
other.
this thing. I always had this saying where
I heard
when
that
we
saying.
got together, we saying, look, this is all I'm asking, and we say this thing, right? When it comes down to our bed, right? Whatever it was that transpired throughout the day, when we get into our bed, right? Let that be over. Let it be over, because your bed. And you mentioned something earlier. You said you used like sex. You know, you said sex, and then you broke down why you put sex, and then as everybody being collective, we all came together and said, well, basically what we're saying is that it's an intimate moment. It's a moment in which you caress one, in which you show them that you become one with them, and that's
It
so
shouldn't be
meaningful,
used as a
right?
form of punishment.
So
is what he's saying.
when you go to bed, that's where a lot of that transpires, unless you guys are like animals, and everywhere you go through the house is like, knock me down right here, right? So
Oh no, we just go to
that's
sleep. That's what we do is go to sleep.
Yeah,
Remember,
but
you
my
didn't
point
talk.
is,
You're not-
that
But
some
you
type
deny
of
it or
conversation
anything?
should ensue.
not always, but see, because I look at it like this: if I'm tired, I want to go to sleep. If I'm mad at you, I tell you I don't like to be touched. So laying in the bed, don't try to have sex with me. Don't touch me because I don't want to be touched.
Mhm.
So just because I'm in a close proximity, I still don't want to be touched. Because now all of a sudden we haven't addressed the issue at hand. So touching me now, because I'm more vulnerable, because I'm in the bed with you, I feel as though you're trying to take advantage of me. And I don't mean like rape me or anything
Oh,
like
take
that.
advantage of me.
I
I'm so vulnerable. And in the morning time, we'll discuss this shit.
However, saying that though, I think me personally, yes, I am in the background. However, speaking from experience, when you do not speak to each other and you go to bed not speaking, right? What if, God forbid,
Yeah,
You
my
don't
aunt
wake
told me-
up.
My aunt told me
You
that
don't
she
wake up.
you
My aunt and my
don't
uncle
do
used to
that
say that all
because
the time.
that
You
is
don't
not,
wake up, and you can't get it back.
and you can't
There's
get that
no
back. You
redo
can't
moments.
get that back.
They
You
said
cannot get
That's
that
why
back.
the overnight thing, it's real
How do you
important.
live with that?
This is what I think. Because like I said,
That's
I don't have
something
a
you gotta
degree
grow.
in it, right? But what can be that important that all day long, right, I don't say anything to you, right? And it's cool because who is somebody else to tell you when the hell to get over it? So,
Exactly.
and that's cool. That's cool.
Right.
But at night, look, it started earlier.
Exactly.
We reached the night. Now, if we're still feeling indifferent, then why not go somewhere else and sleep? Not in the house. I'm talking about go on the couch or something like that. If we come to bed together, before we lay down and close our eyes, because there's this saying that your souls are taken from you at the time, and this is why we thank God so much when we wake back up, because it returns to souls. So if this is true, then you don't know. It's no guarantee that process is going to happen. And God forbid, we all were born to die. It's going to happen.
So we can't tell each
you
other.
can't guarantee
Right.
that next moment in the morning time, you get up like this and she's still laying there and you say, this motherfucker. And then you walk off
Right.
and you go to start brushing your teeth. She's
Yeah.
still laying there. You come back,
I'm gonna tell you.
you will
honestly,
flip.
If she's
You
no
might
longer
not be
there.
the same.
If
So
she's
you
no
might not
longer
be the
there.
same.
So at least
If she
before
died
you go to
So at
sleep,
least
please,
just straighten it out.
If she
even
died
if you
in
don't
her
sleep,
straighten
say
it out,
goodnight.
I
just
don't,
say
I
goodnight.
don't,
Say goodnight. Stop taking life for granted.
That is something that I'm sure Isaac have asked himself, and I've asked myself as well. Like, what
Is
if
it
he
worth
doesn't
it?
come home? What if on the way home something happens
Because
to
when you
him?
guys
In
are
that
arguing,
moment.
You know, in that moment, if he's mad at me or I'm mad at him, and we don't even ever get to see each other again, and that is something I'm sure he's asked himself, and I've asked myself too, and I wonder if I would regret. And I say this all the time, 100%. I try to live every single day, every second, every moment without regret. And if I'm mad at you,
Well, you will regret
it's
that.
just who I
You will
am.
regret that.
And I can't get over it to a point where I can hug you, kiss you, and say, I love you. And I can't tell myself that if you don't come home, I'm going to hate myself. Because if you know who you are and you just can't, you're too stubborn to say, you know what, I'm going to move past it. I'm going to say, I love you. You're mad. You can't bring yourself to move past it. Hey, today might be his last day, but what am I going to do? This is who I am. I would have to accept it and move on. I'm going to hate myself, but I am faced with that question. many times over.
We should live. When you marry, it's not. We ain't boyfriend and girlfriend like this. We can't. There's no more separating. There's no more doing what you want to do. You have to do what you're supposed to do. It's different. It's totally different. It's hard, but it's supposed to be hard. But it's so meaningful. Like you have to love like it's your last day. This is it. This is it. And if you did that, you'd be just fine.
We do.
No,
you know what?
no, it's not
No,
pointing at you guys. I'm just speaking in general.
Yeah.
If we did that, we would really be just fine. And a lot of times it's going about, you know why? Because we want the last damn thing to say. Like, I ain't get my point across.
Yeah.
That's true.
What's wrong with her?
But you know what?
I'm wrong with him.
It's a lot of things
Like that.
No, but it's a lot of things I'm working on. I know there's a lot of things I got to work on. And there's a lot of things I am working on. But to be fair to myself, to be fair to my wife, you guys are inspiration to me. I know you like, see that? You especially.
Okay, I'm listening.
Because, you know, I know she did it on purpose. I think she did. But I don't know if she did. See, that's just smart.
It was.
She come home one day, I don't know, maybe like 3 weeks ago or something like this. She said, babe, you know, Muhammad takes his wife to work every day. I'm like, okay, so?
Because I don't want to drive. I just
So
don't
I'm
want to drive to work.
like, okay. And then when he takes his wife to work, you know, the women at the work, they be this and that, and they say stuff, and I'm like, okay. I said, where she works? Oh, she works downtown, over there near where I work at.
Another bus.
By
The
bus,
train.
the train was by the train in downtown Newark. I was like, oh, okay. And I thought she was trying to imply, like, I should catch a ride with Muhammad all the time.
Oh, she can.
No.
Okay.
So the issue was, I was like, what is she getting at? He takes it, even when he's mad. She wanted to throw that in there too. Even when he's mad. And I was like, and I think maybe a couple of days before I was mad at her, whatever the case may be. I was like, okay. Because we had a situation where I was always taking her to the train, and I was always taking Liam to the school, and I was always picking Liam up, and I'm doing everything. Only thing you doing is going to work, coming home. I gotta go to work too and come home. But I gotta drop everybody off and pick everybody up. And I'm like, but I still gotta get to work, and I got traffic the whole way.
Yeah.
And it can change
strategy
all the time. And then I got these people who looking at me because I'm the only IT guy in my office. So if I'm coming always in late and then I'm always leaving early,
Yeah.
come on. So you know what? I said, you know what? I'll bite the bullet on this. Baby, I'll take you to work every day. To the train station every day. And that was because of you, because I'm like, I didn't want all
Because
this
of you.
I was like, in a way, I was like, I won't be outclassed by another man. No, I'm gonna keep it real.
Wait, hold on.
No.
You don't want to be outclassed by another man?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I did say to him on purpose how you treat your wife, even when you're angry, because he shuts down. And I tell him all the time, sometimes when you get to that point, I don't feel that you love me. You know, because you don't show it anymore. I still get up and I still cook and I still do stuff, but you don't. You would drive off and not take me to the train station. You would not, like, if we're supposed to go out for dinner, all of a sudden the dinner plans are done. I don't want to go anywhere with you.
Wow.
You know, so you don't feel that connection at that moment. And I'm like, even though Muhammad is mad at his wife, he still holds her bag. He still holds the umbrella.
Oh, man,
He'll have me running in the rain.
In the building.
He would have me running in the rain. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And that's why sometimes, like, those emotions that you show that you love me so much, on days when I know you love me, I feel them. But days when you're angry with me, you like shuts them off. They get, hey, you're not deserving. You ain't getting shit.
Yeah, I just let
And
her
I
know
don't-
later. Though I tell her later on how I felt, because I'll receive a text or something from her. You know, because I always send a text during the day. You know, because I know, you know, her job and what she's dealing with there. You know, just like she knows mine. You know, and we know people just want to say things. It's just people. You know, it's just how people are. You know, and then I still need to be there. That one person that she knows is going to say something genuine to her, not a yes person, not that. No. The person that's going to be genuine. So I still need to do that, and she'll extend out, and I'll say, all right, well, look, let me tell you why I was feeling like this and like that. This is just my feeling, and I always say that because I know that when I say my feelings, then you shouldn't have anything to come back at me with because I'm expressing my feelings to you.
Right.
That's
So
how I felt.
I don't start. I know if I say, because you did it. If I do that, then we're gonna start going back and forth again, and I don't want that because now I'm not being heard. I'm not being heard, and you're definitely not being heard because now we're going back, and I'm gonna be like, I should introduce this motherfucker to the clique. So, yeah, and I know, if you hang up on your partner, boom, they call right back, right? They're like, oh, and they ask the stupidest question: did you just hang up on me? You say no, we got the best services ever. Like, no, the call dropped.
I've used that a few times.
Same happened.
I've
You know what I'm
used that a
saying? You
few
think I'm gonna
times.
keep going back and forth with you? You in my ear, I wanna listen to my music, I'm riding. I done worked all night and took you to work, and then I'm still riding and you still talking something I'm definitely hearing what I don't want to hear.
Yes.
Yeah, make a mistake and hit this piece. Bam! And then the phone rang.
And then you say it all nice. Hello, what happened?
Hello?
Yeah, he do. He
Did
do.
you
Because I'll be
did
like,
you just hang up on me?
I thought you
No, why would I do that?
yeah, that's what he said. And I'll be
Why
like,
would I
now I
do
know you hung up on me. He's like, no, baby, I
that?
didn't
No,
do that.
no, baby, I
What's
wouldn't
going on,
have
sweetie?
never done that.
I believe we have somebody live.
Okay.
Not sure.
You have questions?
I don't know if he does. Paul Scott was live.
What'd he say?
He's not saying anything.
Okay, he's just
Okay.
tuning in. Okay. So let me ask this question. Because you said we inspire you, and now
Yes.
you're taking her. I'm glad we inspired anybody because I'm shocked by that. Seriously, I really am because we
learn
don't.
stuff from everyone.
Yeah, and that's what
And
and
that's
that's
what
what
you should.
And I tried.
That's what
That's
this
why
was
I
about.
try to do that.
That's what this was about. I'm so glad it did.
And now his head is bigger.
It's pretty big as is. So.
That's what I'm saying. It's bigger now. It's even bigger.
I'm
now.
happy
Like,
that
really?
that happened. I
But
am.
It's deserving though.
I am. I really am because I'm
Did
telling
you
you
hear
something.
that?
Some of the girls at my job, and it's crazy because they be like hating and loving me at the same time. They be like, oh, I can't stand her. Her husband's outside with an umbrella in the rain waiting on her. And I be like, looking like, okay, what's the problem? Oh, her husband came in and brought her something to eat. Her husband came in and brought her flour. And I be like,
Doing stuff that a husband's supposed to do.
yeah,
Well, he's
One.
treating
So
his wife like a queen,
So
as
look.
she is.
For
To
one,
him.
there's no doubt I love my wife. There's no doubt. For two, they have no idea how much this hair costs. So if they get
that hair was the
trained
hair cost.
You gotta just put them on
if you're
double.
responsible, everybody's budgeting that money out.
Exactly.
So if you're living good, in which we are, like you said, I might not be a millionaire, but I know damn we'll be a thousandaire, right?
Yeah.
I know we there
Yeah.
because this is what we strive to be for.
Yes.
So why would I sit in a vehicle, pull up, it's raining or snowing, she's coming out with high heels on or whatever, and I'm gonna sit there and hope that she make it to the vehicle, as opposed to just getting out, walking over there, putting an umbrella up over her, or any other woman.
That's right.
I
Teach
did
him
it
how to
for
be a
her,
man.
and I don't even like her.
And he don't even like
I
it.
don't
Isn't
even
that-
like her.
And like,
I'm
I
like,
really don't want him to do it, but I know.
And I'd be like, you can get a
Yeah.
Lyft or Uber.
Yeah.
Hey, why are you calling me?
That's what's funny.
Because she's my bestie. I said, but she ain't mine.
Exactly.
Why
I'm
do I
like,
got that?
I said, Moo. I said, can you go get Ramona from the airport? And he was like, yeah, if that's what you want me to do, no problem.
Yeah, when's she coming in?
And when he goes to get her, and she's like complaining that it's pouring down raining.
No, just so happened I should have let her walk through it. It poured down soon, right when I was pulling up in front of her
And
house.
he had the
it
umbrella.
poured down. She was like, "Oh, what am I supposed to do?" I said, "Anytime you panicking like that." Here. And she was like, "Oh, your wife is so lucky." I said, "Yeah, we'll get your ass." I wanted to throw her lucky. She
She thinks.
all that crazy stuff.
She said two things.
Yeah.
But okay, again, what I was saying, I'm glad to hear that. One of my goals with this particular situation was to, because I get a lot of questions about relationship, and people don't believe that we fight, and I tell them we do, but we don't fight to the point where I'm gonna leave my husband. We're not doing all that.
garbage.
Right.
So
Exactly.
I wanted to find good, solid relationships, real relationships, like what we go through right now, real relationships.
Because you're going through something.
We're
but
all
you're
going
working
through
on
something. We're working on it.
Yeah.
But we've managed to get through all these years, and
still
why?
raise a family.
How are we able to do that? So I was hoping that the dialogue and the content that we bring to people would help people understand that relationships are hard. It's a challenge.
It's a work in progress.
But if you love that person, you begin to excuse and just deal with,
Compromise.
compromise. on a lot of stuff. And you just be like, okay. For example, my husband will tell you, Ramon will tell you, I never cooked on Fridays and Saturdays. Never. Never.
Huh? You know I don't play the
He came along, he was like, oh, well, that shit gonna change.
But it has to.
I need Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday eating. So I was like, what the hell?
But we working Monday,
But
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
However, I'm
Sunday.
saying that at the beginning you complained. Now she don't complain at all. Look at that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because it bothers me because I know, one thing I know about my husband is there's two things well, three, because he loves sex too. But he loves working out and eating. Those are the two things he loves. So he gets his workout on, and when he finishes working out, he want to eat.
Yeah,
This man be working out 2 and 3 times a day. So I'm like, okay, he wants to eat. So it bothers me when he comes in and he's like, he don't eat leftovers. My husband don't do leftovers. So it bothers me that now he's
No, not
hungry.
like that. Don't make it sound like
No,
that.
no, it is
It
like
doesn't sound
that.
like
No, it is like that. No, it's just like that.
Whoever's listening,
It
she
is.
in the
It's just
background.
like, yes, I am. I'm in the background. It is like that.
Sometimes
He
I be
think he's all that.
beating
And that exists, and that's why he thinks
I'm having one of those moments right
leftovers. Leftovers. He's too good for leftovers.
Look, no, I bought it. What's wrong with you?
Exactly. You're not. So why not eat
Here's the
them?
thing. That's not where it's at. Crazy. So the thing is, it's like
This is all
some
time
things,
these two.
some things you just get tired of eating.
Yeah.
So and
I
I'm
know that too.
I eat like, let's suppose we have a meal. Like we're blessed. We're blessed. So you make a meal, and I say, okay, I eat some. I'm gonna eat it because my wife cooked it. That don't mean I like that meal. I ate it because my wife fixed. Huh?
You want to tell him?
When?
Oh no, he don't mean liked it like that. He loves. I only make what he likes.
Right. I
You
mean,
mean-
not to the point where it can be eaten over and over
Yeah,
again.
yeah. That's what he means.
Like that. So we fix it for company, right?
Ooh.
That might see like that. So that's who it's for.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
For extra company.
Yeah, we make extra.
So
food 'cause
I'm
we never
looking
know who's
forward
coming
to
over.
something different.
Mhm.
Yeah. This is what others don't understand.
Exactly, because you have a certain amount of food that you know how many people in your household all the time.
Exactly.
All the
So
time.
when you
And
get
what they
extra-
eat, the portions that they eat.
And
Right.
when you got extra people coming over, you got
No, not extra, unexpected.
But how about when you don't have company and you have those leftovers and no one's eating it?
They
What do you do
eventually-
with it? Throw it away?
No, I just sit right in there until one of
Really?
y'all show up.
One of y'all.
So the thing is,
I'm not even.
and that's why it's there
there.
whenever you show up. So
I only show up
That's
when
all.
I'm invited.
you did that.
That's not true. I only know that's not
So
true.
all right,
That is true.
okay, because we about to have another topic. So
uninvited guests, huh?
We can go there. Hey, we can go there. Let's do it.
Uninvited guests.
Oh no, no, he did
Oh my
not.
god. Oh my god, guys, we're gonna stay
We're
on
still
on
live,
point.
aren't
Yes,
we?
we are.
All right, now then this is live.
We don't live. Again, that was the whole point. That was the whole point in this. I'm hoping you guys have got something out of this. The whole goal, again, was to talk about relationships and how we make it work. Again, it is a challenge. It's going to always be a challenge. It's going to always be worth it, though. If you love that person, it's so worth it. You have to fight for a relationship. You have to fight for what you believe in. And one thing I learned, you got to learn to be quiet and listen. My husband says to me sometimes, he says, sometimes, sweetie, you know what upsets me? He said, you listen to respond and not listen to understand.
defend.
Yeah.
Defend.
So-
I like that one. Say
That's
that
right.
again.
He say it.
I said, a lot of times
Mhm.
when we're talking,
Mhm.
you're only listening to defend what I'm saying.
Right.
You're not listening to take it in.
That's right.
Because as soon as I say something to you, you say something back, you didn't hear nothing I said.
I heard that one.
You heard nothing I said. You just want to respond back and say, we having a moment.
They're having a moment. I
We have a
know.
moment.
I know they're having a
I
moment.
said differently to it, but I love the way you word it.
but
It
you
sounds
know,
better coming out that way.
he's funny because he's the one person, he's guilty of not practicing a lot of stuff he preached. And he will tell you straight off the bat, I'm a hypocrite.
Mm.
You know, I will do certain things and I don't expect it to get done to me.
When was the
So
last time I said that?
you say it all the time.
No, no.
And you know what he does too?
Okay.
When was the last time I do that? When was the last time I did this? And I'm like, you just did. He was like, other than now. All the time. So I gotta be thinking, well, who's got time for that? But you do that.
She don't
You
listen.
like to.
See, and that's what he says about me. He says every time he says something, I'm right in it with an answer. He said, honey, listen. Just listen. Let me get it out. He said, don't listen to respond. He said, or defend what it is. He said, just listen to understand what it is I'm saying. So I have to fight myself. I literally have to bite my tongue sometimes to sit there and listen.
Because he asked.
When we're on the phone and he's talking, I'd be so mad I have to mute the phone. Mute it so I don't talk back.
Yeah, wow.
Seriously, I have to mute the phone, literally mute my phone, because I'll be talking shit. I'll be like,
You're not even listening.
Now I'm listening.
Are you listening?
I'm listening, but he's pissing me off, and I want to say something.
You want to respond to that moment.
I want to respond to that moment, but I'm trying to practice what he says to me. To not respond. So I know the phone is on mute, so he can't hear me. So I can't say nothing. So I'm going to listen.
Yes.
And that's what I practice, and it works for me.
And she'll say something smart, like I'll be listening, and I say, hello? She'll say, I guess she take the button off, and she'll say, I'm right here. And I say, oh, you ain't got nothing to say? No, because you've been talking for the last 20 minutes. I've been like, this motherfucker crazy.
But I believe the majority of people do that. They just listen to respond.
They do. Most people do.
Yeah,
Most
instead
people
of
do. It's a
listening
tit for
and
tat
receiving
thing.
what the
It's
person
a
is
tit for
saying.
tat thing.
Yes,
That's
Well,
what
they'll
I'm
tell you what you're doing,
Right.
what you did.
Yes.
You mention
So
something
they
else.
come
Well,
to
you know
their
what? You did
defense,
this, and you
right?
be like,
Yeah,
oh,
their
you
own
talking
defense.
about?
They feel
Why
like
you
they
going
must.
there?
However, saying that though, once you get in the habit of listening, that and you spoke to that person, about what they were doing or not doing.
Mm.
Do you acknowledge the change when they do change?
Yeah, of course you do.
You
Of
have
course,
to.
no, of course
You
you do.
have
You
to.
have to. You have
Otherwise,
to, because
they
the
don't-
person just made a stride in what's
Yeah.
Oh,
supposed to
that's
be
what I
made.
didn't understand the question.
Yes,
I
what
said,
she meant is, in other words, do you applaud them?
You have
For-
give him the
for-
kudos. for
Exactly.
what they're doing.
No, you
know,
say,
they-
thank you. They say they have this thing that says
Some
thank you
people
goes a
don't.
long way. That's
Right.
them, and that's why they go through what they go through, or they takes much longer.
Right.
That's why, because thank you goes a long
It
way.
does.
It means so much, and I'm not talking about when
It
you say
does.
thank you. No.
Thank you.
Just
What
like
is
you
genuine?
just like you
Sincerely.
said,
The
the
tone,
way you
Yes.
say it means everything.
Yes.
Because you can say thank you,
Right.
it can mean.
Right.
When you say that, you be like thank you. You be like, oh, okay.
Right.
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Now we
That's
here, right?
something we do
So,
all the time. We say thank you. We say
You say
please.
thank you,
We
man.
say I am.
Come on.
Oh my
It means
God.
a lot.
Isaac say I appreciate you.
Right.
I appreciate
Isaac.
the things you do. Like the way he
You sure you want one of
verbally
these?
expresses himself all the time. He
Yeah.
will say, baby, you're beautiful. I love you all the time. He say it all the time. And like when he say it, it's not just saying it. I feel it. I know it. I believe
Right.
it.
Touch it.
He's so genuine. And we say thank you. Just giving him a glass of water, thank you.
Thank you.
A
Yeah.
plate, of food, a napkin. We constantly saying thank you. And he constantly say, I appreciate. And sometimes, like even if I'm mad and I'm handing him his food and he said, thank you, thank you, thank you. He's waiting for me to say
They're
you're
just saying,
welcome.
"You're welcome."
Sometimes I don't
You
want
ain't
to
gonna
say
say-
because
you ain't
I'm
say
mad.
welcome.
But
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like, you're welcome.
Okay.
But he is welcome.
My husband compliments me too, but most of the time he just compliments us, yo, we going back to bed? I'm like, we just got out of the bed. Oh, we going back to bed now? Or you want to go home and go to
I have
bed?
to express myself.
I'm like, hello.
He wanted to think.
He said, oh, this is good. Man. Go upstairs and help you. Thank you. I'm good. I got to deal with you when I go to bed already. No extra time. We don't need no extra time. So trust me, I appreciate you guys. I think this was very, very productive. I think this was really good. You know, the amazing thing about this, I said I wanted to do this once a month because Steve Harvey has said the most questions he gets is relationship based. So I took that and I took the fact that he gets questions and I get questions about relationships. And I said, you know, let's find the good relationships that we look for. I'm surprised that we even made you guys feel any type of indifferent.
Everybody watched somebody.
But I'm grateful for that.
No, but see,
That's
a lot of
true.
times, just because people don't actually say it, doesn't mean they're not doing it or following other
Right.
people's footsteps. The point is, you got to be confident in yourself to be able to express that you learned something from somebody.
Exactly.
And somebody may feel like, oh, I shouldn't say that because he or she may feel a way, or pride. Or something. I'm not
Right. Why
prideful
be
in that aspect.
prideful? That's
To me, you always can learn, and you to show sincerity, you have to say it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There's no sincerity in what you're doing and why you're doing things. Without saying, like when I tell my wife I love her and I see certain things she do, she feel like she's terrible or she's not feeling good, and I'm like, just do what you're doing because you look so gorgeous. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly,
Aw,
because
that-
I'm
that's
like,
so sweet.
I'm like one of the things I said to her is like, you know, each day I fall more in love with you.
Hold
and it's
on,
like-
I got something for you.
Yes.
What?
Ooh, I got something for you. I remember having a conversation with Cavell, and I said, Cavell, my husband said to me he want to marry me every year. So every year we're gonna get married. Remember your answer to that? You said, "Oh, that is so sweet. I just don't want to get married every year."
You don't want to get married to me.
So
I said that's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
I don't want to get married every year as well.
You know, because it's
Maybe
like,
every 5 to 10 years or something to that effect.
I don't even, you know, maybe there's some, maybe I don't
You know,
know, but see,
okay,
he celebrated.
let's do this then.
I'm
Let's
listening.
ask him, because this is something he came up with. He was like, "I want to marry you every year." I didn't understand it at first, but I get to plan a party every year, so it's cool, right? So I didn't
That's
understand
my
it, but
point. It's a lot of work.
no, it's not. Because I call on my girlfriends Carrie Ann, I call on Ramona. It ain't a lot of work.
So here's the thing with that, right? Being that
See,
I
it
did
is.
tell
He
her.
may be not wanting to do that work because he has to be involved too somehow.
So,
some way.
oh no, I'm definitely involved.
See, that's my
You
point.
know, I'm definitely
If
involved.
it's all I show up and I say, hey, yeah, I'm good with
He's
that. Do what you think.
That's how it was with our wedding. Like he just basically just sat there and just showed
Wait,
up.
it's much more to it than that, though. What happens was this: when I didn't want to just lay up with her. This is before we got married. I said, listen, you know, I am a God-fearing man, like, and I have a past. You know, there's no doubt about that. And anyone who knows me knows I have a past. You know, but it's in my past, and I'm doing some other things now. But it's one thing, I've always been God-fearing. I was raised that way, and I'm still that way. And being a God-fearing man, my thing is what God wants for us. He says, you know, just don't go laying up, you know, because that's a terrible sin. And you're doing something that you don't have to do when you can marry that person. See, people, I don't know why they do it. Yes, I do, because it's fun. So it's fun to lay up with this one and lay up with that one. It's fun. However, at the same time, if you're ready to do the right thing, then like I said to her, I said, let's just get married. Now, I'm not ready financially for us to have this wedding that you want. And because it's about the woman in that moment. Like, because men, we don't give a fuck. We can get married in a tunnel. We don't give a fuck. We'd be like, we've been in a trunk of a car. We don't give a fuck. We'll find anybody that's going to do us a favor. We won't even go pay for this shit. We go get somebody, anybody, we say, yo, you can marry us? Yeah, come to my car. We don't give a fuck. We just know. It's not that important.
No, really.
Women like, I want to wear this white gown. You be like, white? I thought white was for some pure shit, right? Like,
yeah, right.
They want this huge thing. And you know what? It's only right that they're given that moment. Because that's the moment that they want to remember. They want to hold on to it. They want the photos. And I could not give this to her immediately. You know, I had just come home from being away for so long, and I didn't have that. But I wanted to do the right thing. And I just came to her and I just said, listen, this is where I am with this. You know, I don't have it right now, but I promise you this. If we can just get married so that every time I lay down with you, as opposed to me sinning, I can get blessed for that moment. If you do this for me, I'll marry you every single year because I'm going to set myself up financially where we can do this. I don't care what you want to do. Now, I'm asking that you don't lose your fucking mind. I'm almost begging you.
I would lose my mind.
You understand what I'm saying?
I mean, like, this how much it's going to cost.
She came up one year, she was like, I want 15 bridesmaids. Now, I was smiling on the inside. I was like, you crazy, man?
Yeah.
Like, why? Why would you want all this? But I didn't say that to her. I just said, look, you know what? Maybe when we actually get to that moment, she'll say, let me just tone it down. You know, let me tone it down because my wife go over the top with everything.
But that's the beautiful thing.
If y'all want to dance, she got 15 spare shoes over there just in case she bust one. Like she just goes over the top, and that's cool because that's one of the reasons why I fell in love with this woman. Because I too am over the top with a lot of things.
Way over.
But I promised her. But getting back on that topic, I said, if you do this, this is what I'll do. So it wasn't like I just said, every year,
I'm gonna do like Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
slide.
see. I
And
see.
it wasn't that.
Tell the truth
was-
now.
It was because, you know, she did something for me. She
Exactly.
entrusted me
Yeah.
with something. She said, okay, I'm gonna take this leap of faith and I'm gonna do this with you. You know, and then from that point on, that's just the way it's been. I just kept my word. That's my word. You know, and now we
Man's
have
only
this,
as good as his word.
it's
right?
only as good as your word. So just do that. So just do that. You can compromise. You can compromise because these are moments. These are moments that people, you're never going to get this back. And they shouldn't have to forget that moment. You should have something to remember. Period. That's it.
So, I mean, if you can't afford the marriage part, can't you just date each other? Like
No.
once or twice
No,
a month?
Ramona.
You know, go on
Ramona.
dates?
Ramona,
Like
you
special
are,
dates?
what is her position?
That keeps,
again?
that
You are-
keeps,
What, dating?
yes,
You have
dating.
lost your dating
No,
mind.
you have
So,
to date each other.
No, I don't know about that. I don't know
No,
about
I mean,
see,
you're saying as a
like-
married couple.
you talking about as a married couple?
Yeah,
then you
keep
just,
those
oh,
memories with
wait a
each
minute,
other.
my
You
fault.
still, yeah,
Oh,
you
okay,
still,
okay.
Those
okay.
memories.
That's
you
like
keep.
keeping it new.
Yes, keep
No,
So
it
you saying as
new.
opposed to the marriage? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, as opposed to marrying each other, once a
No,
year.
no,
I'm
no,
going to date her and I'm going to.
Right, but a
Yeah,
lot of
because
couples
we do
do
the
not
dates.
date. A lot of married couples do not
Oh,
date.
well,
That's
that's
keeping
something
it-
we
that's
need to put
keeping
out
it
there.
A
new.
lot of married
We need to
couples
put
do
that out
not
there in the
date.
year. One of the things, and that's why I said, I used to, oh my God, we every Wednesday.
Yeah.
It was every
We had
Wednesday.
a set date.
We had, don't call me, don't text me,
on
don't
this
ask me
date
for nothing,
because
because it's date night for us.
So,
So,
we cut the cell phones off.
Everything.
We cut it
So
off, and we
that
just
is
do us.
something that people, I hope you guys hear that, because that is something to keep your relationship new. You actually now focus on just each other.
that's the topic in itself. You need to
Oh,
actually
yeah.
have that topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that we
We,
constantly work
we
at.
struggle at,
The
but
main
we
reason
try
we
to work
struggle
at
at it
it.
because of our kids and
Yes.
constantly, like we got
They
the baby,
gotta
and
run
then we
around.
got the ones we're close to college age. Then we got the ones who's in college.
Yeah.
So with those different juggling of time, and you're spending yourself, and then we're back in school again as well.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? My wife, she started back with a second degree next month. I've been in school for a minute. Yeah, so it's like between trying to deal with ourselves, then our jobs,
And
then
the
each other,
kids.
then the kids of the different age group, besides the house, the bills, it's a lot.
That's
no,
why-
no, but
right,
we,
that's-
No, that's what we
we
do.
do stuff.
That's
no,
what we say. We
We
want
set
to go
aside.
out, but
Yeah.
we don't.
But
we
you don't have to.
always-
We
no.
do different things.
We
Like we
always
find
work
time
together.
for ourselves.
For yourself.
Like,
Yeah.
what was it,
Right.
yesterday or the day before yesterday? I
Doesn't
said,
have to
no,
cost something.
this is us. This is our day. No matter, I don't care if we driving together to the car wash.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that's
It's
right.
about
That's a
us.
moment. That's
It's
a
just
moment.
us. No kids, we got kids who can take a look after each other and we protect each other.
Exactly.
And we go for us.
Yes.
No, let's go. No, I don't want, no. None of them coming. We're not calling them.
Yes, yes,
No.
You do know it takes 3 minutes to get to that car wash, right?
And it takes 3 mines to do what?
Nothing.
Just driving.
I was talking to Isaac, bro. You wouldn't know what it took.
Okay, all right, on
You know
another
she ain't been in no car wash. Why she back there producing?
On another note,
On
first,
that
guys,
note-
I want to bring this to a close. I want to wrap it up. But first of all, I want our producer to check to make sure we have no questions, so we're
No
not
questions.
feeling like great. We're not ignoring people. But I do want to say thank you so much to the Davis family. You guys do not understand how we feel. This is such a blessing for you guys to come, and I'm going to always remember this one. This is our very first one. And it's amazing because when we pulled up, and I said, I got to ask the dog. I said, because certain people are real private.
Yeah, she jumped out the truck. I ain't
I
even
said,
open
I
the door.
saw her. I said, no, I ain't gonna ask her. I need them first.
Mhm.
I need them first because I want it genuine. I said to Ramona, I was like, listen, I don't want negative questions. I don't want negative feelings. I don't want negative vibes because me and my husband is not about the negative. I want positive.
Yeah.
So I had to figure out who I knew that is not just the picture perfect, but who can almost be
That's
like on
right. Still
our,
going through
you know,
it, but
can
making
still
it happen.
right, exactly. And we're not being selective to relationships, meaning man and woman. It can be woman and woman. It can be man and man. We
As long
don't
as it's a
care.
relationship,
As long as it's a relationship,
that's
a
healthy, right. Working on
love-filled relationship. That's what we're looking for.
We do have a comment though, from C. Strickland.
Yes.
It is very important that these conversations are held as pre-marriage process.
Definitely, I agree with that. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Cece, for that. I definitely agree with that. Some people don't actually go to pre-marriage counseling at all.
Right.
Yes, this is something that can be brought up later, but I think if you continue on your, like we're doing,
Yes.
we continue these conversations like this. This is great. This is
We can
definitely,
learn from each
we
other.
can learn from each other.
Well,
Case in
better
point.
relationship.
Exactly.
Case in point.
we
The
could
simplest thing.
We can definitely learn from each other. My only recommendation, and I don't give opinions, but or stuff like that. But my only recommendation from you guys is like my husband said. One of the things that we do, he will turn his phone off. We will just our meet time. We close the door. We don't care if the dogs start howling. Hoping nobody breaking in the house. We are not coming. My husband set the alarm on the house. Windows and doors. Everything's protected. Let's go. We go in the room. We may watch TV. We listen to music. Whatever we're gonna do it together. I recommend that for all relationships, and not just a day. A moment in time, like a month. Try to do it every week. And I know your schedule is
You
full and everything.
need a moment.
You
need
need
a moment.
You also
If
need
you're
a moment
not-
outside of the home.
You
Too.
need
You need to.
that.
I don't know if I agree with
Connect.
that because
I
sometimes
do.
our kids leave. The kids are gone. Our kids are gone. We only got one in the house right now.
I get
They
that,
have
but they
like
don't.
been in the house,
They
so
don't.
that's
That's why I
probably-
said outside of the
So what do
home
you
also,
do?
You come
So what-
together and go and do something together.
But how do
outside
you
of
do
the
that?
home.
Like if you have just what they were saying, it's like, all right. And then there's people that are tuning in right now. They're saying, okay, look, I can't leave my child, or I can't leave this one, I can't leave
Right.
that one. But what you can do is, just to have a peace of mind and togetherness, we can go into that room.
Yeah.
Because I know that they're in there, and as a parent, I'm always tuned in.
Exactly.
I'm always tuned in. I can always open that door when I hear the wrong thing. I can open that door and step back in there. And that moment, it really means a lot. It really, and listen, if they're not charged up, it's like, life is like a fucking battery. You're charged up for a minute. You need to be charged because your shit is always draining you.
Yeah.
You drain me a lot. So the thing is like, you be sucking it down. You just drain me. And so I need a moment with her, and she's like, she didn't mean that. And I'd be like, that mother. And she'd be like, Mama, that's just from Mona.
Don't
So
be coming
my
to my
point
defense.
is,
I could defend myself.
absolutely, you probably can.
Wow, Ramona.
So, but my
That's
point
yours,
is that if you just stepped off for a minute or two, that minute will charge you back up. Because there's an embrace here.
But
It
as
is,
long as the
seriously,
kids
that
are
embrace
there,
charges
you're
you
paying
up.
attention to that. You're not paying attention to each other.
Depends on
This
the age.
is what I'm saying.
you are.
You got babies, right? You
No,
got
we have one, but see, we have older ones that can watch him. Like right now, we're over here.
Mhm.
He's gonna watch. He's not sleeping right now. He's up right now, running around. Little 2-year-old. He just turned 2 last month.
He's very
Liam.
sweet.
But he's with his 13-year-old sister. He's with his 15-year-old brother. And
Right.
he's with his 21-year-old sister. So
Right.
he's with people who's gonna look after him. So we can be away from him.
That's
You
what
know
I'm
what I
saying.
mean?
You
But
can be
everyone-
away, but as
but-
long as you're in the house, though, with them, you're paying attention to
Not
them.
always,
Not
because
exactly.
sometimes, no,
Not
because
exactly.
again,
You know
like I
what I'm
said
saying?
before, it was
That's
time.
not exactly.
No, because when it was close to my crunch time to finishing up my school, it was known ahead of time. I didn't do it every day, but these days, this day here, as soon as I come home, I'm bringing my little man home. You're watching your brother. Don't bother me. Don't even come up the stairs.
Because I remember the time I came over and you were in the basement.
Yeah,
He was down there studying for his thing.
I would try to
about
find
take
a space
position,
away from everybody.
Mhm.
And then my wife already knew. She'd be like, yo, don't go disturb your dad. Don't go disturb your dad. Your dad is doing this here. So she would take everybody and she would deal with this. But we already understand that because we're about to both be in school, we have to figure this out. And we've been working on how to figure out this time frame.
Yeah.
But we don't want to overburden our children because I've always believed in let children be kids.
Let children be
Yes.
Don't bring in your
true.
bills and your
Children be
problems
children.
to a child.
That's
That's
right.
right.
You know,
Raising your
it's not,
kids.
that's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
It's
And
not
that's
their
our-
responsibility.
That's our
That's right.
shouldn't be
responsibility.
stressed about it.
Exactly.
That's right. Work it
So
out.
that's why
As a parent.
we figured out, okay, I got to leave work at this time to pick up little man because even though the daycare is 1 block from his brother's high school, I'm not expecting him to go over and pick his brother up. What if he has to do something or wants to do something? That's not his responsibility. It's ours.
Right.
Most parents don't feel that. That's another conversation.
Well, yeah, they feel
Because
like
the parents
those
be like,
kids
that's right.
are they.
You're gonna
they're
help me.
That's
You're
their
gonna
brother.
help
You
me.
can help. You can stop and do this.
I didn't want that at all because when I was growing up,
Right.
I was the kid who had to do all those things. And I
Right.
didn't understand
And you
why.
didn't have a
Yeah.
kid's
This ain't
life.
my damn kid.
Right,
You
exactly.
know what I mean? I'm a kid.
It's your brother.
Right. It's your brother.
Well,
That's how he come at you.
I'm the
It's your
youngest.
brother. You do it.
I'm the youngest.
What else?
Wow.
Put this thing on you.
My mom used to bring in my opinion, no disrespect, strays.
Yeah.
People I didn't even know.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they're living with us for maybe a week, 2 months, 3 months, and they got kids and kids. And all of a sudden I'm taking care of these kids. And while the parents and adults are out to have, I'm like, who are these kids? Why am I taking care of them?
Wow.
You know, taking my clothes. And all of a sudden they leave, they date with my clothes. I'm like, why? What is this about?
Wow.
So I always said I would never do this to my
That's
kids.
good. I mean,
Isn't that amazing
So
how-
it's like I'm gonna break the chain.
Right.
Isn't
Yeah,
it amazing how the things that happen to us in our youth grow up? Because one of my thing was I would never let my kids spend the night in nobody's house. Nobody. Because things happen to me in other people's houses. So I was like, oh, nope, you can't spend the night. They gotta come here. They gotta come here. My son, I'm gonna tell you, that boy never asked for one child to spend the night. He has 5 kids and 6 kids at one time.
Who you?
Asian.
No.
He bring 5 and 6 kids to spend the night at one time because he knows my rule. I don't want him to spend the night.
Who's gonna feed these kids?
Who's
I mean,
gonna
all
cook?
boys.
All
And they're all
boys.
boys.
All boys. They want to.
And they're always hungry.
yes.
Oh my
Always.
God. Oh my
Always
God.
hungry.
Yeah,
We got.
Didn't you just eat?
They're gonna take care of themselves.
Yeah, this is it.
This is it. They're gonna take care of themselves. They won't even hear about it. As soon as these motherfuckers get here, I get a call. I'm out in the field working, and somebody get a call. Agent wants to know if you buy pizza. I say for $5. Then him and they
Wait a minute. They asked for
then-
pizza and French fries.
no, they asked for pizza first. Then wait a half an hour later, they call and say, and they wanted fries with that. I said, they only spending that night.
But he never does it. He always say, "Mommy, we want to spend the whole weekend."
He's like, can they stay the whole
The whole weekend.
Makes sense.
I be like, but see, he
Makes sense.
uses that. He
Makes
uses
sense.
that because
It
he
costs
knows.
dollars.
He can't sleep out.
He knows that's my problem with him spending the night out because I took him to a party one time. God, I hope this lady ain't listening, but I took him to a party one time,
Please don't be listening.
and when they, I'm nervous. She opened the door and I thought Snoop Dogg was in there. All the smoke came out. I was like, "This a kiddie party? Like,
and then
what?
I get a call.
What is
He
this?
can't stay here.
He can't. No, he can't stay here. We gotta get him. Give him the gift. Give him the gift. Go get him." Because I'm like, they are smoking weed in there at a kiddie party.
Wow.
I'm like, it was too much smoke, and she didn't even invite me in. And
But
I
you
didn't
know
even
how
want to
black
come in.
folks do. They turn the kiddie party into a grown-up
Yeah, but
party.
come on now. Come
all
on
the
now.
time. We
Not to
used
the
do
point
that
where,
all
not
the
to the
time.
point where
That's
when you
right.
open the door, the smoke come out.
But here's the thing with that, right? To each his own. To each his
So
own,
true.
because I will never be judgmental as to what goes on in
Somebody
your
else's
home, because
house.
I did all that coming up. I did all that and some more. So I will never be judgmental.
sure.
However, at the same time, when there's other children belonging to someone else
Exactly.
other than yours, right?
That's
You
right.
cannot follow protocol.
That's right.
Protocol has to change. Has to change
But
because that's
somebody else
somebody
might be
else's
your
kids.
But that has to be an adult in the room. And a lot of times
They
they're
are
not-
adults.
No, like I
You
said,
talking about them?
yes. But a lot of times they are not adults. They may be adults in society eyes, but they don't make adult decisions.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because sometimes, as you mentioned, we decided to break the cycle.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But a lot of people do not break the cycle. They perpetuate
They
the cycle.
continue
It's a
on.
revolving door.
That's right.
That's why a lot of times, like the Willie Lynch syndrome comes in. When you start
Yeah, I know that's right.
It's like,
I know that's
like, oh, I got
This is
beat.
real.
How am I? I'm gonna beat my kids. These kids are bad. I'm gonna beat.
This
I'm gonna beat.
works.
I'm gonna beat. No, use your words. A lot of times we don't have to put hands on children.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Take what they
You know,
love from them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a lot of other ways to do things, and just because you feel like it worked for you, do you honestly feel like it worked for you? You know, like certain things do work and certain things don't, and that's just like everybody don't like the same food. Just because your parents ate this food, you may not like it. You had to eat it, but you may not like it.
You ain't gonna like it when you grow up because you ain't gonna eat it no more. So yeah,
Exactly.
I agree with you 100%. So
Yeah.
again, I love this. I love our conversation. Everybody's glass is full.
No,
We gotta toast to love and relationships.
Yes, love.
Toast up, love and relationships.
I guess I can't toast because I'm not in the
No,
room.
Stay right where you at.
Guys, we want to thank you so much for tuning in and watching us today. We want to thank our guests, our beautiful, beautiful guests. I'm praying to God that they continue this path of relationship where they are. Isaac and Cavell are, oh my God, two of the sweetest people we know. We thank them for being our very first guest. Again, I had to stop her. I was like, I gotta ask her. And she didn't say no. She said, okay. I was like, You don't want to know that? No, she said, no, just okay.
Didn't even know the question.
She didn't want to know that. And so I appreciate that. And that made me feel awesome because it wasn't even hard to try to find my guests. I want to thank Gene for Eugene Williams for helping us set up everything and making sure the lighting was right and everything was perfect. Gene, if you're tuning in right now, you'll see we had to make some changes because the light came in and we didn't have a light yesterday. So we had to make some changes. Thanks to my husband for that. Thank you for to Ramona for narrating and producing and keeping up with us online and all that good stuff.
This stuff that we didn't ask.
We just got another comment though.
Okay, you want to read it?
Siobhan Walker Kinsey.
Oh, yeah, Siobhan.
I have 22
Love you,
years of
Siobhan.
marriage so far. We have date night every
Awesome.
Friday, and we've gone to counseling before getting married, and a few times in our marriage to continue to keep the understanding life is hard, and you change in the process.
Oh, that's right,
Very
Siobhan.
good. We gotta bring you in.
So true.
Gotta bring you in. I love that. That's awesome. I love that
So
question.
true.
That's a great statement.
You should hear her sing.
Woo! Wait a minute. Is that the Siobhan?
I believe so.
That's Siobhan.
Okay. Well, my closing comment is this: no matter who you love or who you fall in love with, it doesn't matter. We don't care. We are not biased. We are not prejudiced to relationships here. We believe love is love, no matter what. You have to be committed. If your idea of being committed is being committed while you're home or around your spouse, then that's not the one for you. You have to find somebody that compliments you or someone that can bring you up. So if you're already here, you need to bring somebody in that can bring you higher or make you want to reach for bigger goals and higher goals. We're going to continue doing this. Again, we had set the stage for once a month is what we did because as you all know, our time is crazy. But I had to do this, and I pray to God that something is said, something you heard, you enjoyed yourself, that you're going to come back and tune in with us again, and that you I don't know, if you want to be a guest, we'll do that too. As you see, we film in our home in a very, very laid-back, comfortable setting. And as you see also, we are wind up. One of my favorite, which my husband just introduced me to yesterday, was the Moscato, which, not yesterday, last week. This Moscato, and I'm loving it. I'm really, really loving it. Here's another one right here. Awesome. We got some nice wine. We had food also prepared, but I guess I already ate. So we just thank everybody for tuning in and watching it. And again, this is what love is about. We hope you learned something from us. Have a blessed night. We love you all. God bless. Bye.
Bye.
We do this. We end. If you end this live, you'll be able to choose. Okay, so I need to get to that.
I keep forgetting she don't do live.
No.
Okay.
Well,